That's all for the Scouting Report. For Radio Iowa Sports, I'm Todd Kim.
The Lamar's Agri Center, your local source for Scott's lawn products, top-performing Kent feed products, a full line of agronomic inputs, bulk grass seed, bird feeders, bulk bird feed, and outstanding service. The Lamar's Agri Center, your source for everything that grows.
Get a special loan rate from Northwest Bank. Take a vacation, buy a car, or consolidate debt. Use the equity in your home for what you want. Northwest Bank's home equity line of credit special of 4.99% annual percentage rate fixed for 18 months. Then variable rate thereafter. Currently 5% APR. This offer is available for a limited time to qualified borrowers. Stop in or call 800-678-4105 for details about credit costs and terms. Apply online at nw.bank. Equal housing lender. Member FDIC.
Commitment you can bank on.
Advanced Eye Healthcare, Dr. Becky DeRuyter knows all of our student athletes need to keep their eye on the ball. Make sure with an eye exam at Advanced Eye Healthcare at Walmart Vision Center in Lamar's. Dr. Becky DeRuyter.
Certified public accountants Cruz & Cruz extend their support to all the athletes and remind everyone, in the spirit of sports, participation is more important than winning. Cruz & Cruz Accounting, proud to be a sponsor of KLEM Sports. Who has time to sit and wait and wait and wait to wash your car? Head on over to Easy Clean Car Wash. With Easy Clean's state-of-the-art technology, you'll be in and out in just minutes with a shine that'll make people talk. Washes start at just $7, or you can buy a gift card where you receive the 6th wash free. Or how about washing it every day with an annual pass? Satisfaction is guaranteed at Easy Clean Car Wash, just east of Hy-Vee on 12th Street in Lamar's. That's Easy Clean Car Wash, making it easy.
Whether you're building, remodeling, or renovating, choose the professional that you've come to trust. O.H. Livermore Construction. From commercial to residential remodeling to a complete renovation, contact O.H. Livermore Construction for a free estimate today. 540-6247. O.H. Livermore Construction, Lamar's.
It's now time for high school football on 1410 AM, 96.9 FM, KLEM.
He gives it to Doherty, who has a hole straight up the middle and into the end zone for another Bulldog touchdown.
High school football.
That one's picked off again. It's David Lusing, keeps his footing. 40, 35, 30, 25, 20. Lusing gets a block all the way into the end zone for another pick six touchdown.
With all the action, here's KLEM Sports Director Daniel Versteeg.
And a very pleasant good evening, high school football fans, and welcome to Memorial Field in Sioux City as Lamar's Community Football enters week 2 of the high school football season with a record of 1-0, getting set to take on the Bishop Heelan Crusaders, who come in 0-1 to start the year. Alongside Gabe Davis, I'm Daniel Versteeg. It's our Friday Night Football pregame show. We're going to be hearing from Ken Vigdahl on our pregame show coming up in just a few minutes. But the Bulldogs coming off an impressive 17-14 win over a top 10 team in Sergeant Bluff Luton last week. And Gabe, you were at that game. Thankfully, you were able to catch that ball game. I mean, my goodness, what a performance by Lamar's. It was the first time they'd beaten SBL in nine years. That's got to give these guys the most amount of confidence they can have heading into this week.
Yeah, it was quite a game. The first 3 quarters plus there wasn't a lot to write home about. The defense was amazing. The offense was trying to get going with the young quarterback and all, but really when it came down to it, they got down 14-3, and a couple heads dropped, but most of them stayed up and they made a few plays, and before you knew it, it was Bulldogs in the right wing of the column there. So it was nice to see.
And it was really nice, too, just considering all the things that, Coach Ken Vigdahl talks about with his team and the culture that's built. And he was talking about how, they got down by 11 points, but they never gave up. And that's, I think, a real credit to the culture he's built in Lamar's football.
Yeah, absolutely. Late in the game, Sione, one of the leaders, one of the upperclassmen, fumbled the kickoff. And I was watching, and as a coach also, I like watching some of that stuff, and I saw Bo Wadley go up to him and shake his hand in front of his face like, we got to wash it away and we got to go to the next play. Sergeant Bluff did go in and score, but right after that, the team came together, made a couple big plays, and, Sergeant Bluff did their their part into helping a little bit with some of the turnovers, but that's part of the game, and that's why, in my opinion, it might be the best game in the world.
Absolutely. And defensively, I mean, you were keeping me up to date with that as well. I mean, my goodness, you had no points allowed up until the final few minutes. I mean, everything we've talked about, I guess, leading up to the season was talking about, well, a new quarterback, and they're trying to still get comfortable with Coach Vigdahl's offense. But, man, that defense really made a statement last week, too.
Yeah, absolutely. The defense, I mean, Bo Wadley was flying around. Carson Ott had 10 tackles on the week, 4 for a loss, if I remember correctly. Yeah. And, you know, he's coming back off of a ACL from last year, so he didn't play at all last year. I know as a sophomore he got some time, and then last year, his junior year, he doesn't get to play because he gets hurt during the summer, and he came back in that second half. He put on it. They could not defend him. They couldn't block him. So it was impressive to see, and they gelled well, and they made the stops when they needed to, and that was important.
Taking on a Bishop Heelan team here tonight who, well, over the last couple of years have not been where they want to be at, Gabe. But, you know, I don't think either team will take the other for granted here tonight. Lamar's obviously having a number of years where they didn't beat Bishop Heelan, and now the Crusaders having 3 in a row in which, yeah, Lamar's has gotten the better of them. I think both teams are going to come out here kind of with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder maybe tonight.
Yeah, anytime. I've been around Lamar's and Heelan for a long time, growing up as a Bulldog and being around that. So Lamar's never has a chance to take Heelan for granted. You can't take, no matter what the record has been or maybe down the road, every game is going to be important. And we haven't won enough in this series. Even when I was coaching, we took our thumps. We gave up 60 points to a Wager team. We gave up quite a few bad nights on our end, but when it's all said and done, tonight's going to be a great one, and I think both teams are going to be ready to battle.
I think so as well, and we heard that from Coach Ken Vigdahl on our pregame coverage. I mean, this is a Bishop Heelan team, who's finding their identity offense. He liked to use that finding their identity after week 1. But you got to look at this team as maybe a pass-first kind of team. Against East, they've only got 16 yards on the ground, 162 through the air. I think Lamar's might be needing to kind of focus on the pass first on defense.
Yeah, from talking to Coach Vigdahl and Coach Van Otterloo too, the quarterback, he's a junior, hasn't played a whole lot, and he might have a little bit of happy feet, so trying to push him off his spot. But they're going to try quick stuff. They're going to try tunnel screens. They're going to try to get Lamar's running side to side and then hopefully opening up some creases for them. Lamar just has to stay disciplined and be physical, and I think up front we can do that. Last week, that's what happened on our defense with Sergeant Bluff's offensive line. We were physical, made some plays when it really mattered. I think if they can do that again tonight, Lamar's going to be in good shape, but it's going to be sideline to sideline as far as Heelan's concerned.
Absolutely, and it's going to take, at least in that battle in the trenches, it's going to take another nice night from Carson Ott and Alex Allen to be successful. It's Lamar's, it's Bishop Heelan. It's our Friday Night Football pregame show. When we come back, Ken Vigdahl will join us and chat about the matchup. We chat a little bit about Sergeant Bluff Luton the week leading up here. Of course, Gabe is a coach as well. You know, the biggest improvement in the football team, week 1 to week 2. We're going to see how the Bulldogs got that done this week in practice, what things they can improve on and what things they did improve on. We're back with Coach Vigdahl after this on our Friday Night Football pregame show live from Sioux City here on KLEM.
Williams & Company, certified public accountants, congratulates all area athletes in support of excellence, good sportsmanship, and the spirit of teamwork. A proud sports sponsor, Williams & Company, CPAs, your full-service business advisor with a local office in Lamar's.
A home is a safe place to be, a roof over your head, and 4 walls to keep out the heat and cold. It's a child's laughter, a mother's song, and a father's strength. It's where we go for comfort and to share joy. It's your first school and your first church. It's where memories are shared. Hi, this is Julie Hurt, your Century 21 ProLink real estate agent. Whatever a home means to you, I am here to help you find the home you are looking for. Call 540-7757 and let me, Julie Hurt, help you make a house your new home.
At American Bank, we believe in offering you what you want in a bank. Free checking, free debit and ATM cards, extended lobby and drive-up hours, competitive loans and deposit rates, online and mobile banking with bill payment and mobile deposit services. American Bank, achieving success together for over 130 years.
Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
It's the corner for fashion. Clausen's on the corner downtown Lamar's. For men's, young men's, and ladies' clothing, a shoe department, and formal wear too. In-store alterations, gift cards, and personal service. Clausen's on the corner downtown Lamar's.
Peace Pizza House is your destination before and after the game. Whether you need to feed the whole family or just looking to get out before the game, make sure to stop at Peace Pizza House. You'll find many appetizers, burgers, salads, pasta, and of course, Peace Pizza House outstanding pizza selections. Your entire family is sure to find something they're looking for. Peace Pizza House would like to wish our local teams the best of luck this season.
Score big with the Sitzman Real Estate Team. Hometown realtors Shane, Peggy, Lance, and Patty are cheering the Lamar's Bulldogs and Galen Jays on to a victory. Buying or selling, call the Sitzman Real Estate Team today at 546-7881.
This is Ken Vigdal, head football coach of the Lamar's football team. You're listening to Bulldog Football on 1410 AM, 96.9 FM Clem.
We welcome you back to our Friday Night Football pregame show right here on 1410 AM and 96.9 FM. KLAM, Daniel Versteg with you. We're joined by the head coach of Lamar's Community Football. That's Coach Ken Vigdal. His team coming off a fantastic win over 8th-ranked Sergeant Bluff Luton last week, 17-14. Bulldogs now sitting 1-0. And, Coach, I know one of the things that I loved hearing about when I talked to you Saturday morning was you talked about the fight your team had, especially in the last few minutes. That was really evident. What was it that you learned about the kind of team you have when it comes to their fight and their mental toughness there in the final few minutes?
Well, I just think how we did it there at the end says everything about our team. You know, like you just said, it's fight, it's mental toughness, it's everything that we do to prepare them to go through tough times. And you know, we were ahead 3-0, and you know, a lot of people probably, you know, was left and said, okay, they're going to win 3-0, or they might get beat by a touchdown. And then all of a sudden they score twice, and then we come back. You know, we don't fold, we don't get down on ourselves, and you know, we fought through that and scored, and then we scored, you know, late in the game, and then our defense had a big stop at the end to seal the deal and stuff. So I just think that's a great way to show the community what our program is about.
Well, 100%. Yeah, it was well on display last week. And you know, there were things, obviously, you saw afterwards that you said, man, we just didn't do this very well, or it was week one, you know, all these kind of things. Everybody says the biggest improvement in a football team is between week one and week two. What was that focus this week in practice in getting yourselves better so that you can see that big jump in improvement this week?
Well, I just think, you know, every team and like every offense right now is going through what is their identity, what do they want to do. There's no doubt we want to run our inside zone concept more in this game, and we want to be better at it, and we want to be able to be more physical. You know, we want to play offense on their side of the ball. We don't want to play offense on our side of the ball. You know, I think you saw Tegan grow up and, you know, become comfortable in the pocket and how he does things. And so that has to continue to get better and better and better. And then, you know, just the things of simple things like, you know, even though our defense played great, we need to be better tacklers. We need our special teams to be better. You know, it's game one, you know what I mean? And so just like you said, you know, here's the game two. We got to clean up the mistakes from game one. We got, you know, I don't want to say Central Line wasn't a real game film situation, but it's a scrimmage, and, you know, everybody understands we're there to get better and, you know, to learn and things like that. But now all of a sudden it's extremely important. It's a you know, it's a contest. It's a real game. It's going to go in varsity bound. It's going to go in the papers 1-0 or 0-1. And so, you know, that's where you find out where we really need to correct the things that, you know, needed to be cleaned up from last week.
Absolutely. And we're chatting with Ken Vigdal. He's the head coach of Lamar's Community Football. Now the matchup tonight against Bishop Heelan in Sioux City. The Crusaders coming off a tough loss to Sioux City East last week. First of all, Coach, let's talk about that offense. You know, it's a new head coach. It could be a new system, all these kind of things. What are you seeing out of that offense that your guys are going to have to be prepared for tonight?
Well, like I just said, for us, we're trying to find our identity, which we know what it is, and we just got to get better at it. In the game against East, you know, I don't know if they really know their true identity yet. They want to line up and they ran double tights with a dive back. They spread it out a little bit and tried to throw the ball. They liked the jet sweep with crossing patterns coming underneath. They tried to run some inside zones. So, for them, they're probably asking the same questions that almost every offensive coordinator is asking from game 1 to game 2. What's our strength? What's our weaknesses? What do we have to do to be able to get points on the board? So, their offense is one thing, and then, their defense is completely different. They went to a 3-5 type of a look, and we don't see a lot of those. We see a 3-5 when we go to MOC, but for the most part around here, most people like to play a 4 front. So, we spent a lot of time this week in practice with our offensive line whenever there were specials or pre-practice or whatever, learning, even though we have rules and steps and everything like that, but just to get used to a 3 front and in a 3 front, you don't stand, you shade, you slant, you bring backers and all that. And so our offensive line has to have a great game tonight and for our offense to be able to move the ball.
Well, 100%. You talked about a little bit in their offense there. From what you said, it seemed like they wanted to be balanced, but really only could get the passing game going into any kind of noticeable gain last week. So what is the key then to being able to slow down a team that probably struggled a bit on the ground and was able to have success in the passing game last week?
Well, the one thing I think they do a pretty good job of is like I said was they like to run the jet sweep, so you got a back going in motion as hard as you can go. Well, obviously they're going to run it at times, but then they like to bring their number 3 or their number 2 back against the grain against the defense if we do a rotation, and then hopefully they get him in the flat on the opposite side open. And that's hard because our outside linebackers, you see jet sweep away. What's your initial reaction as an outside linebacker? You want to run and you want to take your angle and you want to get on tackle. Well, if our outside linebackers don't stay home this week, what's going to happen is they go flying across. Somebody's going to come on a pass pattern right into their flat area there, and they're going to be wide open. So we talked this week about how you have to do your job. You can't try to help somebody else do their job. We need 11 people to do their own individual jobs, so that way we don't have to try to cover for somebody. And so once we start doing that, that leaves holes in the defense, and we can't have holes in the defense. And those guys up front, they get pressure on them, and then we can rush the quarterback, and so hopefully those crossing patterns can't develop.
Ken Vigdahl joining us on our pregame, head coach of Lamar's Community Football. Yeah, I wanted to talk about that front for you guys. I mean, obviously Carson Ott was the one that stuck out last week with 4 tackles for loss, but man, I mean, your entire defensive line had a great game last week. What do you see in that matchup down in the trenches with your defensive line and their offensive line that maybe shows to you, hey, we've got a good chance again to like you said, get pressure on the quarterback and make things challenging back there?
Well, I think the big thing is our 2 defensive tackles can control 3 guys. You know what I mean? So we have the win there when it's 2-on-3. So if they have to consume their 2 guards and their centers on our 2 defensive tackles, that leaves those defense or their offensive tackles one-on-one with Carson and Alex. And even though they're not the biggest guys in the world, I tell you what, they come off the edge hard. I think Carson does an excellent job with his hands. Alex has a great dip move that he can get around and get to the quarterback. So we can take care of the run with the interior 2 guys, and then to get the pressure on the quarterback, Carson and Alex can get to the outside, and they got to attack that upfield shoulder and be able to tackle the quarterback then.
We talked a little bit about the defense, or you mentioned that as well, the 3-5 look and what kind of challenges those pose. I guess what are the things you're most concerned about when you look at that defense and you look at a kind of defensive look that you don't see a whole lot? What concerns you about trying to move the ball offensively?
Well, I just think in a 3-5 you slant, and so you're going to slant, and you cannot just stand in a 3-5. If you stand in a 3-5, it doesn't work. So our offensive line has to have their head up. We talked a lot of this week about if you're the field side They like to shade to the field side for outside contain with their defensive tackles, so we can run our counter up underneath that. If we're running counter to the boundary, they'll slant still to the wide side, so we have a kick out on the, our outside linebackers. So they just have to know things like that. But the other thing is that's hard is when you're in a three front and they have two middle linebackers, one of them is coming every time probably. If one's not coming every time, then they're bringing an outside linebacker that doesn't have a receiver on that side. So let's say we have a split end and he's out with no receiver. He's going to come off the edge. And so we got to have our heads up. We have to be able to look past we're so used to running against a 4. And, the other, bringing that up, they may have ran just the 3 last week because Sioux City East throws the ball all over. They might come in a 4. And, we talked about, if they run a 4, we've been practicing against a 4 for 6 weeks. So we should know that, it's one of those things. They come out in a 3. We got to have our heads up. We got to have our eyes up. We got to know where the blitzer's coming from. We got to know which way they want to slant. And, we have to be able to take care of, if they are bringing more pressure through our key routes and things like that. So that matches one-on-ones up on the outside.
And not like last week wasn't, I guess, to preface what I'm about to say, but this week really then seems like a week that Teagan really has to understand his reads a lot better at the quarterback position. And, as you talked about, I think it was in the preseason, where he knows what his read's going to be. He's not guessing out there. How has he done with getting to the point where it's I'm comfortable with my read rather than, I'm going to make the decision in the huddle and just kind of guess and hope it comes out right in the play?
Well, because we run pre-snap RPOs, he's really pretty good at that. I mean, if he gets movement where, the outside linebacker goes, we're going to hand it off into that hole. There's no doubt about that. The tough about this week is if they go ahead and we run inside zone and the defensive tackle knifes down and there's no outside linebacker, it's a great keep call. Mm-hmm. But if, like I said earlier, with a one receiver side, you're going to have a hangover or what we call an outside linebacker. There is no read there. He's got to give the ball because that outside linebacker has nobody blocking him. You know what I mean? Sure. So the best part about that is he understands that. And we talked about that at great length yesterday in practice about how this is okay, this is not okay. And like I said to him, ever in doubt, you know what? We have a 210-pound running back in the backfield. I mean, hand it off to him. When in doubt, hand the ball off to him. I mean, I'll give the ball to Elijah. There's not a problem there. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it's a win-win situation.
Well, absolutely. Yeah, Elijah Doherty gives you plenty of chances to be successful on the ground. Last thing for you coaches, we're chatting with Ken Vigdahl, head coach of Lamar's Community Football, kind of putting a bow on a lot of the things we talk about and we talk about so much when it comes to the sport of football. What are the main kind of points or emphasis points that you want to see your team successful in here tonight to give you guys the best chance of coming away with a Bulldog victory?
I think one of the biggest thing is, we had great success last week. It was awesome. I couldn't be happier for our team, our kids, our community. But the bad part about athletics is you have 5 days. We only have 2 days as players and coaches. We have to put that on the shelf. And now Heelan's going to be the best team we play on Friday night. So our focus, everything that we do all week, everything we've had to do, we really talk about Wednesday, start preparing your body for, Friday night's game. It's not Friday at 3 o'clock what you're eating. It's Wednesday night. It's Thursday. It's how much water you're putting into it. So all those things, will help us be successful tonight.
I like the sound of that, Coach. Looking forward to a good contest. We appreciate your time as always, and best of luck to you and the Bulldogs tonight.
Thanks, Daniel.
Absolutely. Ken Vigdahl is joining us here on the pregame show. We're back with more from Memorial Field in Sioux City after this on KLEM.
Who has time to sit and wait and wait and wait to wash your car? Choose Easy Clean Car Wash. We'll have you in and out in under 4 minutes with a shine that will make people talk. Easy Clean Car Wash, making it easy. Just east of Hy-Vee on 12th Street, Lamar's.
Get a special loan rate from Northwest Bank. Take a vacation, buy a car, or consolidate debt. Use the equity in your home for what you want. Northwest Bank's home equity line of credit special, a 4.99% annual percentage rate fixed for 18 months, then variable rate thereafter. Currently 5% APR. This offer is available for a limited time to qualified borrowers. Stop in or call 800-678-4105 for details about credit costs and terms. Apply online at nw.bank. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Commitment you can bank on.
Floyd Valley Therapies. Whether you have experienced an injury, accident, had surgery, or are dealing with chronic pain, we are here to offer personalized care to every patient every time. Learn more about our extensive services at floydvalley.org.
Young and old alike enjoy the competition of high school sports. Some participate, some watch, and some remember how it was. It's only a game, but it offers great life lessons and memories that last a lifetime. A few thoughts from Dan and Lori Rexwinkle of Rexwinkle Funeral Homes in Lamars and Akron.
Hi, Jessica G. Well, hello, Libby Lexus. I'm so excited to get the spa treatment at Easy Clean Car Wash. My owner knows how much I love the soft water. Oh, and the quick massage just makes my bumpers tingle.
And the blow dry is to die for. It always leaves my exterior sleek and shiny.
My owner bought me a year pass so I can have the spa treatment anytime I want.
Hey, ladies. Ooh, nice tires.
Oh, Mickey Mustang is such a player.
Easy Clean Car Wash. Give your car the spa treatment today. 12th Street east of Hy-Vee, Lamars.
It takes a strong body and a strong mind to make you an athlete. So train hard and play smart. Play with confidence and always expect the unexpected. This message was brought to you by Van Sanitation and Recycling, proud supporters of local athletics.
Prime Bank is pleased to support educational opportunities at Galen Catholic and Lamar's community. We're proud to support our students in the classroom, on the playing field, in the band room, on stage, or in any extracurricular activity. Prime Bank works hard to help all of our children excel in their endeavors.
Member FDIC.
A home is a safe place to be, a roof over your head, and four walls to keep out the heat and cold. It's a child's laughter, a mother's song, and a father's strength. It's where we go for comfort and to share joy. It's your first school and your first church. It's where memories are shared. Hi, this is Julie Hurt, your Century 21 ProLink real estate agent. Whatever a home means to you, I am here to help you find the home you are looking for. Call 540-7757 and let me, Julie Hurt, help you make a house your new home.
Make sure your life runs smoothly with an upgraded internet package from Premier Communications, connecting you with the internet speed and television access package that best fits your wants and needs. Premier Communications is happy to support our area coaches, athletes, and the parents who support them. Have a great season.
Peace Pizza House is your destination before and after the game. Whether you need to feed the whole family or just looking to get out before the game, make sure to stop at Peace Pizza House. You'll find many appetizers, burgers, salads, pasta, and of course, Peace Pizza House outstanding pizza selections. Your entire family is sure to find something they're looking for. Peace Pizza House would like to wish our local teams the best of luck this season.
Being on the winning team in Northwest Iowa for over 130 years, Iowa State Bank is a proud supporter of all our area high school sports teams.
Iowa State Bank, we're ready for you.
Hi, this is Julie Hurt with Century 21 ProLink in Lamars, your local real estate expert dedicated to results. Whether buying or selling a home, call me, Julie Hurt, with Century 21 ProLink in Lamars at 540-7757. That's 540-7757.
This is Elijah Doherty, and you are listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
And we welcome you back to Memorial Field here in Sioux City. Daniel Versteg with you alongside Gabe Davis as we get ready to bring you week 2 of the high school football season featuring the Lamar's Bulldogs coming in at 1-0 after a 17-14 victory over the top 10 Sergeant Bluff Luton squad. And then the Bishop Heelan Crusaders, who are 0-1 to start the year after a tough 35-3 loss to East High last week in that long-standing rivalry between the Crusaders and the Black Raiders. It is worth noting that the Bulldogs are receiving votes in this week's Associated Press rankings coming out for the sport of football this week. If you're not familiar with that terminology, basically the Bulldogs are getting consideration for top 10 rankings, but not quite there yet. And so this win may help them get some statewide recognition. We'll see. Of course, the Bulldogs will be. You look at the schedule here for Lamar's, Gabe, and I almost wonder if this season the non-district schedule looks a little bit more challenging than maybe the district schedule. Some of the district opponents for the Bulldogs had a tougher week one. I know Webster City's going to be up there. Spencer didn't really have a good week. Fort Dodge, kind of a tough week one as well. And then you look at Lamar's, they got East next week. MOC Floyd Valley's much improved. And the non-district schedule's no joke for the Bulldogs.
No, the MOC Floyd Valley, I think that's going to be one that, they're on the uptick.
Yeah.
I've had a chance to talk to some different people and kind of see what they're made of, and they've done some good things. They've got some young pieces. I know that they have a freshman class that has a couple guys that are playing some varsity time right now. So when you get young kids that with confidence, sky's the limit. So that's going to be one, and we know Sioux City East is going to be quite a test on a short week. I believe that's Thursday night.
Yeah, it's a Thursday night.
So you don't get much time after playing a tough rivalry game tonight, and then you flip it around and you get one less day to prepare and one less day to take care of things. So tonight's the most important one, but yeah, the next two aren't going to be any cakewalk by any stretch.
No, they will not. So we're going to have that East High ball game for you next week, and then we'll pick up the Bulldogs with their first district contest at Storm Lake. Lamar's Community won the coin toss. They elected to defer their choice, and so it will be Bishop Heelan that will be receiving the football to start this contest. And so we take a look at the Crusader offense. As we mentioned a little bit in the pregame, Coach Vigdahl talked about it as well. Quinn Olson, the junior quarterback back there, 162 passing yards. Now, he does like to run the football a little bit. He tucked it and ran 12 times last week against the Black Raiders, only picking up 12 yards. Again, the ground game was virtually non-existent for Bishop Heelan last week, and we hope it's non-existent here again this week. His favorite targets, Max Delaney, Cannon Bork, as well as Sir Brandon Watts. The backs in the backfield are Isaiah Favors and Joey Fitzsimmons, and then across the offensive line, Cole Fisher, Logan Gray, Noah Tu, James Cleary, and John Halber. The Bulldog defense with a defensive line up there in Carson Ott, Mitchell Bartman, Carter Jennis, and Alex Allen. The linebackers are Bo Wadley, Evan Jalis, Elijah Doherty, and Connor Jalis. Corners are Andrew Fafita and Nolan Cass, and Sione Fafita, the free safety back there for the Bulldogs as they hope to start the year 2-0. Bulldogs are in their white jerseys, sporting the gray pants, red numbers and letters trimmed in black. The Crusaders, of course, in their typical blue jerseys with that gold trim, the Bishop Heelan gold trim and the numbers and the gold helmets. It all makes for one heck of a look. We're ready to go. Want to thank you for listening to KLEM Lamar's, and we are underway with a kickoff. Giovanni Kabongo gets a cannon into this one and sends it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. This is one of the aspects, Gabe, that not a lot of people are going to notice, but when you can pin Bishop Heelan at the 20-yard line consistently with Giovanni Kabongo, it really helps you on defense.
Absolutely. The hidden yards are huge in the game of football, and they often go overlooked by a lot of people, just the people watching the game. But anytime you can make a team go 20, 25 yards, their chances of scoring decrease significantly.
Right.
Any coach is going to tell you that. So when you can pin them deep with a punt or not let them get an explosive play on the kick return, that's great.
Well, let's see what the Crusader offense has in store for us here in this first drive. Quinn Olson, the junior, he's going to line up under center. Two receivers either side. Quick fake of the handoff, keeps it around the right side, trying to get off tackle. Does to the 25, right side numbers, and he's tackled down to the 27. We do have a late flag on that hit by Nolan Cass. For now, it's a 7-yard gain. We'll see what that laundry is for.
I don't like where that came in.
No, I don't either, especially after the play like that. You hope it's not maybe a face mask or something. Dwayne Johnson's going to tell us about it, our white hat. Now they're moving the ball up.
Personal foul. Face mask.
And it is a face mask penalty. A tough start here for the Bulldogs. They allow the 8-yard run plus the 15-yard penalty. Gave the Crusaders get at the 43 right away.
Well, there's those yards. Hidden yards also come in the penalties, and so it was 100% unintentional. I think Nolan just happened to scrape it across enough to get the eye of the official from the backside, and you gotta play through it early.
So first down and 10 here for the Crusaders from their own 43. Olsen takes the shotgun snap, pump fakes. He's trying to keep it up the middle, and he goes down for a loss. Back to the 42-yard line. Carson Ott was in there. A whole host of Bulldogs bring down Olsen for a loss. It'll be 2nd and 11.
Yeah, Olsen looked to hit a quick one out there on Nolan. Nolan must have snuck up there and didn't like what he saw. Forced him to take it right back up the middle, and there was a few Bulldogs there waiting for him. It was nice to see.
That was great. And that defensive line battle, Coach Vigdahl talked about it. You mentioned in the pregame as well. It's going to be huge, especially with the way Carson Ott played on the defensive line last week. 2nd down and 11 for the Crusaders from their own 42. Now Olsen goes up under center. He gives it to the halfback up the middle, Isaiah Favors. He's across the 45 to the 47-yard line. It's a gain of 5. And that's going to bring up a little bit more manageable, a 3rd down and 6 for the Crusaders.
That was the same play they ran before, just a little read to the inside. And the first time he kept it, the second time he gave it, he's got a little bit of a read there on the tackle or the end. Teams do it a couple different ways. It was nice to stop him where he was and make it a 3rd down that's going to be tough.
Yeah, 3rd down and 6. Now Quinn Olsen empties the backfield. 5 receivers, 3 left, 2 right on the right hash mark. They motion Favors across the line. They give it to him. End around jet sweep left side. The Bulldogs string it out well, and Isaiah Favors has nowhere to go. Maybe a yard to the 48-yard line. It's going to bring up 4th down and 5 for Bishop Heelan. Maybe 4th down and 4.5, we'll say.
Running sideline to sideline. That's what we talked about. They're going to try to get the Dogs going sideline to sideline. They did a great job stretching that out. And Connor Jalis was there. I think Elijah Doherty was in on that too. So good to see those guys move back and forth. And now we got 2 explosive playmakers back here to return a punt.
Absolutely. Bo Wadley, Sione Fafita, guys you want to kick the ball away from if possible. George Sabanos is back there to kick it away on 4th and 5, and the Bulldogs will get this football back. As this one goes toward the far sideline and bounces out of bounds. We'll see where they mark it. It's around the 20-yard line, and they'll say the 21. Lamars gets the football, 1st down and 10 at their own 21-yard line. Good job by the Bulldogs. Again, an 8-yard gain on the first play, followed up by a 15-yard penalty. But the next set of downs, they were shut down.
Yeah, that was a way to come back after that. You know, an unintentional penalty. They happen. You got to fight through them. They did a great job here. We'll see if we can get things rolling offensively now.
We'd like to see it. Again, of course, a win was a win last week, but, man, offensively the Bulldogs just didn't have it to start the contest. Going the first, 3 and 2/3 of a quarter without getting an offensive score. And now we'll see if the Bulldogs can hopefully shorten that here in week number 2. Tegan K's lining up in the gun with 2 men in the backfield. He motions Connor Jalis out of there, throws a screen pass left side. He's trying to take it outside left numbers, 25-30. He's got the first down across the 31 to the 34. It's a 13-yard gain on the screen to Connor Jalis and a 1st down for the Bulldogs.
That's huge. That's a huge thing for a young quarterback. That's a huge team for a team a huge thing for a team that struggled a little bit. Get that first one, get that first down, get positive things. Now they're up to the line ready to go.
You just want to see them continue that now here in the next play. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs from their own 34-yard line. They give it up the middle. Elijah Doherty, he's busting tackles in the backfield, but still can't get much. Maybe a yard to the 35-yard line up the seam. It'll be 2nd down and 9.
I don't know if anyone tackles him by themselves. It's just it takes a pack to take him down.
Well, and that's, Coach Vigdahl was maybe somewhat joking, but also I think pretty serious when he said if all else fails for Tegan, just give it to Elijah. I mean, he's such a force to tackle back there. 2nd down and 9. 2 receivers left, 1 right as Kazel lines up in the gun, fakes the give to Doherty, keeps it left side, shedding a tackle, and he's across the 39, right at the 39-yard line. A gain of 4 for Tegan Kazel, and it brings up 3rd and 5.
Both teams playing a little bit playing some games here. Heelan's moving back and forth on the line. We have some motion going one way and Tegan coming back the other way. So everybody feeling each other out here early. I think we can probably expect a little Fafita here coming up before too long. I know he didn't get much last week.
Well, I'd like to see Sione gets some good touches. I mean, he's such an explosive playmaker when he does get the football in his hands. And Kazel does empty the backfield here on 3rd and 5. They give the jet sweep around the right side. This is Bo Wadley off tackle, 40, 45, 50. He's deep into Crusader territory across the 45 to the 40. But, yes, there is a flag at the Crusader 46-yard line. They mark Wadley down at the 36 of Bishop Heelan. But we're going to have to hold our horses just a little bit because I don't like the look of that flag out there.
Even so, that should be maybe a 3rd and 1.
Yeah, I don't. They'll gain something at least.
Yes, and they get the down back. So.
Yeah. So not the worst thing in the world, but they do have a hold. So, 10-yard penalty from the 46. It's going to
down.
It will be a first down, yeah. They backed him up to the 44 of Lamar's.
First down. It's down white.
And, first down. The penalty got them right back to the first down marker. And so Lamar's does, oddly enough, move the chains on a penalty. Not very often you see something like that.
No.
But, hey.
Midfield first down. This is take a shot. Let's see if we can get something here.
Yeah, you're in a good spot of the field. 7:54 left in the first quarter. We're scoreless here. Bulldogs and the Crusaders.
Elijah split out down to the bottom.
And empty backfield. Kazel drops to throw. First and 10.
Sione
Lobs it up over the seam.
Let's
Sione
go.
Fafita with the catch of the 30. And he's gone up the middle of the field for a Bulldog touchdown. And no flags on the play. It's a 56-yard strike to Sione Fafita. And Lamar's Community's on the board first. It's 6-0 Bulldogs.
I don't know if you could have a better start than that.
I don't think so either. I would safely say there's not a better way to start the ball game. 56-yard touchdown pass from Tegan Kazel to Sione Fafita. That's Tegan's second touchdown strike of the year, the first to Fafita. And Giovanni Cabongo will try and put away the point after try. That's the other part of Giovanni's game that will go unnoticed to some. But, man, just the ability to not have to worry about your point after tries is something that's fantastic. Off of the hold of Kazel, the spot kick is good. It almost got to Cabongo, but he's able to put it away. It's 7-0 in favor of Lamar's Community as they lead Bishop Heelan with 7:38 to go in the first quarter. We'll take a short break. We're back with the kickoff after this. You're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
Since 1932, Tenninger Insurance has been providing the area with dependable insurance coverage. A.J. Tenninger continues the tradition as an independent insurance agent dedicated to serving you. Tenninger Insurance, Plymouth Street, Lamar's.
Get a special loan rate from Northwest Bank. Take a vacation, buy a car, or consolidate debt. Use the equity in your home for what you want. Northwest Bank's home equity line of credit special of 4.99% annual percentage rate fixed for 18 months. Then variable rate thereafter. Currently 5% APR. This offer is available for a limited time to qualified borrowers. Stop in or call 800-678-4105 for details about credit costs and terms. Apply online at nw.bank. Equal housing lender. Member FDIC.
Commitment you can bank on.
Galen Catholic School, excellence in education, leadership through Christ. For information, check their website at galencatholic.org.
This is Tegan Kazel, and you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
Well, the right guy to welcome you back to the broadcast, Tegan Kazel, finding Sione Fafita for a 56-yard touchdown strike to cap off a short 4-play, 79-yard drive. And the Bulldogs lead the Bishop Heelan Crusaders 7-0 with 7:38 to go in the first quarter. Alongside Gabe Davis, I'm Daniel Versteg. Giovanni Cabongo has this one teed up at the 40-yard line. He approaches and gets that cannon of a boot into it and sends that one sailing out of the end zone for a touchback. So the Crusaders will start at their own 20-yard line. Boy, Gabe, you had that called there. It was 3rd down and 5, it was 3rd down. They got the first on the penalty, and the field was wide open for them to find Sione, and, man, they took advantage of it.
Yeah, it worked out well. You know, you get to the 50-yard line, and that's 2 first downs that they'd gotten. They didn't have a bunch of those last week, so getting them and just boosting the confidence is a big thing right there.
Yeah, up until the 4th quarter when it broke loose at that point, I think the Bulldogs had only 4 first downs that entire contest. Here's Quinn Olson out of the under center snap. He's going to keep it on the option across the middle, 25, and he's spun down, falling forward to the 29-yard line. That's a quick gain of 9 for Quinn Olson. Brings up 2nd and 1.
Yeah, Quinn's athletic. He's a basketball player. He's not afraid. He's got a big stature to him, so it looks like, the 2 positive plays they've had, they've gone to Quinn Olson on this, so we'll see if it continues.
And it's their option play as well.
Yeah, it's just a read, and he's keeping it, and so
they're liking that right now. 2nd down and 1 here for Bishop Heelan. Now they go out of the gun with 3 receivers left and 1 right. It's Favors off the left hip of Olson. Motions his receiver right to left, gives it to him. There is a flag, and I think you caught that one as being brought down in the backfield. Jaron Bleeker on the end around, but I think we're going to get an illegal motion penalty.
Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, they didn't have enough men on the line of scrimmage. You can't have those guys moving like that, so that's going to push them back and make it a 2nd and 6.
Well, you take a loss of yardage there. Yep, and the lines judge was sitting right there. He had it, and those are the penalties that.
Oh, they declined it, so it'll go backwards because they stopped them. So
okay, yeah, I guess. Do you want to lose 5 yards, retain the down? Do you want to lose 2 and lose the down? I guess, yeah, you'll take the loss of down, I think, on that one.
The way the defense has been playing, absolutely. I think you're comfortable with that. They've had, the things going with them with Quinn, but that's really it so far. They didn't have a ton of offense last week, so put them in a position with less downs.
3rd down and 3. Crusader 27-yard line, motioning a receiver left to right. Olsen fakes the give. He keeps it right side, has a first down across the 30, in between the hashes to the 32. Gain of 5, and the Crusaders move the chains with 1st and 10.
Bo Wadley along with Evan Jalis for the Bulldogs.
Bo Wadley and Evan Jalis there on the stop. 5 yards for Quinn Olsen. Yeah, those 3 option plays that Olsen has run have gone for 8, 9, and 5 yards respectively. They've got that rolling. Bulldogs need to figure out a way to shut it down.
Yeah, and as soon as you jump on the running back that he's faking it to, or don't go to him, he's going to run up the middle. So it's a slippery slope.
3 receivers line up right, 1 left. They motion the receiver left to right, and they go on the end around the right side. It's Sir Brandon Watts up the right seam, 35, and he is tackled forward to the 38-yard line. That's another good gain for the Crusaders of 6 yards, and it's going to bring up 2nd down and 4.
Sideline to sideline, moving people around. They had 2 guys on the line of scrimmage out here, so one of them was an ineligible receiver. I'm assuming that Coach Van Otterloo made points to talk about those different things. But from week 1 to week 2, sometimes there's some new formations. You have some things that you can change. So,
well, and Coach Vigdahl was also talking about teams are still trying to find their identity here, week 1 to week 2. It's still a bit of a feeling out process, especially before district play. 2nd down and 4 here for the Crusaders from their own 38-yard line. It's going to be a play action, trying to bootleg. Olsen has to dump it off, and that ball just overthrown to Sir Brandon Watts. Evan Jalis ended up being on the coverage out there out of the weak side linebacker spot. It'll be 3rd down and 4 on the incompletion.
There's a lot going on there.
Yeah, there was.
Guys all over the place. So they did a good job of pressuring him, and I think that was Elijah right in there pretty quickly, and Olsen was running around for his life, chucked it backwards, and Evan Jalis might have been able to take that one. It's not very often you can get a center for an interception, but he's also playing Mike linebacker, so he's pretty talented.
Very talented, yeah, and obviously an outstanding baseball player, outstanding athlete that you got back there at the linebacker spot. They try the jet sweep again. Here's Sir Brandon Watts on 3rd down and 4 around the left side in the open field. Sione Fafitas, he's going to get whistled for a face mask as he brought down Sir Brandon Watts at the 39-yard line, but we might as well move the chains right away as the penalty flag came in. Well, some high tackling here, I guess, is going to be the takeaway here in quarter number 1, Gabe. I mean, you want to make sure you have leverage on your tackles, but you don't want to get too high either.
No.
So
that's unfortunate because that would have brought up another 4th down and would have got the ball back to Lamar's.
And they do call the incidental face mask that time, so instead of a personal foul 15 yards, it's only 5. But, of course, the big sticker on that is you lose the set of downs. So it's going to be 1st down and 10 here for the Crusaders. They'll have it at their own 44. That's the 2nd penalty that's resulted in a 1st down here for Bishop Heelan so far.
Yeah, I think that was Sione came up. He did a great job of filling where he needed to. Just needs to go a little bit lower. He's a tall, lanky athlete, so sometimes you just get high.
Here's 1st and 10. Ball at the Crusader 44. It's be 2 receivers right and a tight end left with a back off the right hip of Quinn Olsen lining up in the gun on the left hash. He gives it to Isaiah Favors, and that play gets brought down for a loss in the backfield. That was Alex Allen on the stop. Great play in the backfield. It'll be 2nd down and 12.
Yeah, he knows how to take people down as the wrestler that he is. He's not new to that, so got him by a shoestring, and that's all he needed.
Yeah, you'll take a wrestler on the ends anywhere on the defensive line, but especially with Alex Allen on the end, an outstanding wrestler for the Bulldogs. 2nd down and 12. Ball at the Crusader 42-yard line. 4:22 to go in the first quarter. 7-0 Bulldogs as Quinn Olsen lines up under center. Now he goes back into the gun. With two receivers lined up on the right side, one on the left. Olsen takes the snap. Quick pass left side is caught at the 45-yard line. So Brandon Watts drags a defender across midfield, and he's into Bulldog territory at the 49-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 9 yards for the Crusaders. That'll set up 3rd down and 3.
Bulldogs had two guys up there blitzing or looking to blitz, maybe bluffing a little bit. Elijah ended up dropping back and making the tackle, but they threw it right to where I think it was Bo left. And got him enough to make it a easier 3rd down for them. Let's see if the defense can get the stop here.
Yeah, this is a much more manageable 3rd down. They spotted at the 50-yard line of Bishop Heelan as Olsen's lined up by himself. He motions a receiver left to right. We do have a flag on the play, and this one, by Gabe's reaction and the Lamar's sidelines reaction, is going back on the Crusaders. It is a false start on Bishop Heelan, back to the 45. It'll be 3rd down and 9 now.
Yeah, and that's the bugaboo that kind of got him a little bit last week was some of those penalties. Early season, you expect some of them. By week 2, you're hoping you can get rid of them.
Right.
For Lamar's, we like it, though.
Well, and especially when it's those fixable penalties as well. I mean, the false start, the discipline penalties, I guess a better word for it. 3rd down and 9. Exactly. Yeah.
Focus.
3rd down and 9 here for the Crusaders at their own 45-yard line as two receivers line up left, tight ends on the right side. They motion a receiver left to right. Play action on the end around. Screen pass left side is caught out there by Jaron Bleeker, but he's got nowhere to go. Brought down at the 46-yard line by the Bulldogs on the edge. And that's going to set up 4th down and 8 for Bishop Heelan, and the punting unit comes back out.
Defense did it again. Yeah, they get a 1st down or 2, have a couple of plays that don't go their way, but they really forced 2 4th downs there, just that little face mask. Got him another set of downs, but it didn't matter.
Well, we'll see if Sione Fafita and Bo Wadley can get a return on this one. Shabanos' punt earlier on was not returnable. Takes that snap, gets a good spiral away.
There's a lot of open field over here.
Bouncing at the 25. Sione's going to field it. He takes it up the right sideline, 30, 35. Got a great block to the outside. 45 cuts back to the seam into Crusader territory. And he's brought down to the Bishop Heelan 43-yard line. What a great run back by Sione Fafita. At least 35, maybe 40 yards on that return by Fafita. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs in Crusader territory.
Oh, it's great to see Sione back. You know, the touchdown catch was huge, but then to get him a ball here that he could handle and take off. You're right, there was a great block right there about the 40-yard line. Legal and solid.
Yep. Well, we're going to get an officials timeout for water. Of course, with the heat, you want to avoid cramping, so they're going to let the players get hydrated up. So we'll take this timeout as well. We're back in 30 seconds. More Bulldog football comes your way after this on KLEM.
Hey, Bobby Blazer, how long you been waiting in that line? Head over with me to Easy Clean Car Wash. They're going to get you in and out in no time and make that black coat of yours look like $1,000,000.
Say, thanks there, Mickey Mustang. I've been out four-wheeling. I got lots of mud and stuff in my wheel wells and other places as well.
Bobby, didn't Libby Lexus tell you that Easy Clean Car Wash will pre-spray those hard-to-reach places, give you a quick massage, and make you feel and look like a whole new truck?
So that's what Libby Lexus has been up to. You know, Mickey, she's looking fine.
Easy Clean Car Wash on 12th Street, east of Hy-Vee and Lamar's.
This is Bo Wadley, and you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
Back to Memorial Field here in Sioux City. I'm Daniel Versteg alongside Gabe Davis as we bring you Bulldog football here on KLEM Radio. Thanks to our great sponsors for bringing this contest to you, especially our video stream sponsors. That video stream will be available tomorrow afternoon, by the way. Of course, we can't broadcast this game live for you due to restrictions with Bishop Heelan and their athletics agreement with streaming. And so this will be available for you tomorrow afternoon. We're going to put it up at 11:30. 1st down and 10 for the Bulldogs at the Crusader 43. Play action. Kazel has some time. Rolls out to his right to the sideline and just throws that one away. And incomplete. Out of the pocket and thrown past the line of scrimmage. No intentional grounding, so it'll be 2nd down and 10.
A little bit of confusion there. Sione was blocking out there, so he must have thought that it was going to be a run play. Tegan was trying to motion him to run to the sideline, and he didn't see him because he was blocking. So the good news is it didn't cost us any yards, and we still got the ball in the plus territory.
2nd down and 10, yeah, at the Crusader 43. That punt return by Sione proves crucial here. Out of the under center snap, they give it right side. Doherty still standing up in the pile. Across the 40, there is a flag, and Doherty gets to the 38-yard line. He picks up 5, but that's a flag again. That pesky little yellow flag is going to be a problem, I think. For now, it is a 5-yard gain for Elijah Doherty on 2nd down and 10, but this one It is going in the Bulldogs' way. It's going to be another incidental face mask call. Now the Bulldogs will get it 5 yards added on to the run.
Second out.
And they're going to say, wow, that is really close. Second down and not even a foot. I don't even think that's, that's not even a foot there.
Short one. Ball is on the Crusader 33.
So Elijah Doherty did pick up 5 plus the other 5 of the penalty, and they don't move the chains. Man, I don't know how much more closer you can get, but it'll be second down and maybe a foot as Kazel lines up by himself in the gun. 3 receivers left, none to his right with a tight end right side. Motions that tight end, and Wadley gives it to him, end around left side. He's definitely got the first down and more. Flag back behind the play as he gets tackled left sideline across the 30 to the 27. It would be a gain of 6.5, but again, there's another flag on the field.
Oh, wow.
Man, we're just having a ton of them here in week 2. We didn't have that many in week 1, at least at the Galen Unity game. I don't know about Lamar's SBL as far as penalties.
It wasn't the smoothest thing, but there wasn't a ton of penalties.
We'll see what Dwayne Johnson has for this one, and it is a hold.
White 2.
So that ended up being a kind of a big deal that they didn't give the Bulldogs first down. Although I don't know, which one do you like more, second down and 11 or first and 20? I guess it's your pick. At least it will be second down and 11 here for the Bulldogs.
Yeah,
starting
that's a weird combination of plays that happened there.
It very much is. And they're going to back him up to the Crusader 44 with 2:01 to go in quarter number 1. 7-0 Lamar's, and Bishop Heelan head coach John LaFleur needs a timeout. Timeout is called on the field. And, well, now the officials are going to talk about it. The white hat's coming over to John LaFleur. He definitely signaled for the timeout.
I thought the previous play was weird how they marked it 5 plus 5. And I think that's what he's wondering about. Why is it second down or something along those lines? Because it seems confusing to me. But
so they do not get the timeout then?
No, I think he was just talking.
Sure. Well, here we go. Second down and 11 now. Out of the not timeout from the Crusaders. Out of the gun, Kazel with 4 receivers. Throws the screen pass right side. He's got Bo Wadley outside the right numbers, 40, 35. He's tackled out of bounds near the first down marker, but he won't get it to the 34-yard line. That's going to bring up third down and 1 yard to go for the Bulldogs. 10-yard gain.
Physical runner.
Yes, he is.
I tell you what, I've been really impressed with Nolan Cass's blocking on the perimeter. I know he got called for a hold earlier, but receivers that can block, they are worth their money in gold.
Oh, man. Just gives you so many more things you can do on the outside with a guy like him blocking. Third down and 1. Here's Kazel. 2 left, 1 right out of the gun. He gives it up the middle. This is Elijah Doherty fighting for that yard he needs to get the first down. And that spot on the far side will be favorable. It is. It's going to be a first down for the Bulldogs. They pick up 2 when they needed 1, and they'll move the chains.
Way to battle that. That 10-yard stretch was an up and down roller coaster of things. So we'll see what happens here.
Now with a new set of downs, minute 34 to go in the first quarter, 7-0 Lamar's Community as they try to go to 2-0 to start the season. Of course, the SBL game last year didn't go their way, then East didn't go their way. They were 2-2 after non-district play. The Bulldogs have a good chance to be 3-1, maybe even 4-0 after non-district play. Here's the give around the left side, off tackle running. It's the carry going to Connor Jalis outside the left numbers to the 30. He's tackled down to the 25-yard line. And it's a gain of 7 for Jalis, second down and 3.
Tons of space out there. I think he was surprised how much room there was out there. When they bring in Ott and Alex Allen and just have 2 big bruisers and then they'll switch them out, that makes it tough for a team. You know, a high school team, they can't switch personnels like maybe some college and NFL teams quite can. So you just have to play with your personnel the way it is. It makes it tough.
So second down and 3 now. Here for the Bulldogs at the Crusader 25-yard line. 2 men in the backfield for Kazel. Lines up in the gun. Motions a receiver right to left. And we've got a whistle. This flag going on the Bulldogs. I think we're going to get a false start.
Dead ball. False start.
False start called on the Bulldogs. And a 5-yard penalty back to the 30-yard line. Going to set up second down and 8 for Lamar's.
Almost feels like a bad board game. 1 step forward, 2 steps back.
I'm drawing so many backwards movements cards. I don't know what the deal is. Yeah, it really does feel like that. We've been stuck in this maybe 20-yard stretch of field. It feels like for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, if it was grass, the maintenance people would not like it.
It'd be dead by the end of the quarter, which is coming up here after this play potentially. Kazel in the gun, gives it to Doherty, trying to go straight up the middle. Now bounces right side, and he's got nowhere to go. Loses a yard to the 31. It's going to be 3rd down and 9, and that's going to take us to the end of quarter number 1. With our score, Lamar's 7, Bishop Heelan nothing. We'll go into the break and be back with more Bulldog football. Quarter number 2 when you return. You're listening to Bulldog football right here on 1410 AM and 96.9 FM, KLEM Lamar's.
Campbell's Lawn and Landscape is a proud supporter of local athletics. Hard work and determination is what leads to success, and just like the team, Campbell's Lawn and Landscapes believes the same with their business. Give them a call today at 540-5434.
A home is a safe place to be, a roof over your head, and 4 walls to keep out the heat and cold. It's a child's laughter, a mother's song, and a father's strength. It's where we go for comfort and to share joy. It's your first school and your first church. It's where memories are shared. Hi, this is Julie Hurt, your Century 21 ProLink real estate agent. Whatever a home means to you, I am here to help you find the home you are looking for. Call 540-7757 and let me, Julie Hurt, help you make a house your new home.
Success is born of skill and team. Like the teams playing, CNOS has combined award-winning skill and teamwork into the premier medical facility in the region. For the areas of joint, bone, muscle, nerve, and brain are treated with the skills of comprehensive care from a team of highly trained experts. And CNOS takes care of many of the student athletes in Siouxland. CNOS is proud to bring you this game. Go to cnos.net to learn more.
This is Connor Jalis, and you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
And we welcome you back to Sioux City Memorial Field alongside Gabe Davis. I'm Daniel Versteg. 3rd down and 9 play. Tegan Kazel throws wide to Bo Wadley and incomplete on the left sideline. It's going to be 4th down and 9 for the Bulldogs at the Crusader 31-yard line. And the Lamar's offense is going to stay out there here to see if they can get the first down. We'll see if they can get the job done here following the incomplete pass from Tegan Kazel to the outside. I was kind of hoping if they got to this kind of point in the field, maybe we see a try with Giovanni Kabongo, but it's probably a little too close for them to want to worry about that. Now Kazel with 4th and 9. Play action fake end around, drops to throw, lobs it up over the seam looking for Wadley, and that ball gets batted away at the last second. What a play by Jaron Bleeker as he knocked it away from Wadley at the 5. It's a turnover on downs, and the Crusaders will get it at their own 31.
That's a ball that I think Bo will even say he probably should have caught. It was a good route, good concept. They had 2 guys coming over here, and that makes it tough on a defense because one guy has his hand in the dirt to start, but unfortunately didn't capitalize there. But we get to put a great defense out there right now to maybe get the ball back here quickly.
Yeah, take away a couple of just kind of squirrely plays in that Sergeant Bluff-Luton contest. This defense would be pitching a shutout on the season, but of course that's not the way it's going so far. Quinn Olson dropping back to throw. He is in a lot of trouble, and he goes down for a sack back at the 29-yard line. He loses 2 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 12.
Yeah, that was not what they wanted to, the way they wanted to start. Lamar dropped perfectly into the zones, and Alex Allen was beating down on him. Carter Jennis and Carson Ott, they were all bearing down on the quarterback pretty quick.
Well, that's what you want to see out of a defensive line who played so well against an inexperienced quarterback in Sergeant Bluff-Luton's offense last week, and then they go up against a Bishop Heelan team who's having troubles. Yeah, you want to be able to dominate the line. 2nd down and 12 here at the 29-yard line for the Crusaders. Olsen empties the backfield. Now he motions a receiver left to right. Fakes the end around. Olsen keeps it up the middle. And Mitchell Bartman and Evan Jalis will have him brought down to the 32-yard line. It's a gain of 3, but it is now 3rd down and 9.
Great job by the defense not being fooled by that jet motion, realizing that the most positive plays have come from Quinn Olson running the ball and staying home and trusting your teammates to do the job on the outside, knowing you have Bo over there and you have Sione and those guys to make those plays.
Yeah, I've got him right now, Quinn Olson, accounting for 32 of the 40 yards of offense here for Bishop Heelan. 22 on the ground, 10 through the air here as we are in the early part of quarter number 2. 7-0 in favor of Lamar's. Third down and 9 for the Crusaders at their own 32. 2 right, 1 left. Olsen rolls out right immediately out of the shotgun snap. Chased by Carson Ott, throws right sideline. Leaping attempt, and that pass incomplete on the far sideline. Isaiah Favors the target, made a great leaping attempt, but couldn't get the feet down, and it'll be 4th down and another stop forced by the Bulldog defense.
Backside pressure by Connor Jalis on a blitz coming from the outside. Forced him wide, and then big Carson Ott was there, and he's as strong as they come. I've seen him doing his work in the weight room and rehabbing and stuff. He is a tough guy. So Quinn Olsen didn't have much of a shot there.
No, he didn't. Nope. And, when you get a guy as determined as Carson Ott to get back onto the football field after the injury, you like to see that. Shabano sends the spiraling kick to the far sideline. That one gets blown out of bounds on the Bulldogs sideline across the way. And our line judge will mark it at the Bulldog 45-yard line. So Lamar's will start at their own 45-yard line. 10:06 to go in the first half. And Lamar's is on top of Bishop Heelan by a score of 7-0. So the Bulldog offense comes back out there, Gabe. We saw some good things from them on their last drive here and there. Penalties hurt them. I think if you're Lamar's, you really want to see a score here. Get back to what you were doing well to start the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Seeing if you can get Sione involved again, maybe getting down the middle. They did have Bo last time. We'll see. Maybe there's some tricks up the sleeve. I may have gotten some inside. We'll see if there's anything ready.
All right, we like the sound of that. Here's Bo Wadley, and around right side, trying to get around the first tackler. Can't do it. He's brought down to the 40-yard line. We're going to have multiple flags on this play. Bo Wadley tried the jet sweep around the right side, and he lost 5 yards, but this is going to be a whole mess with the flags. We'll see what our white hat Dwayne Johnson has for these calls.
They're going to have block in the back on the outside, a little crack back. And
on the rear arm, block in the back.
Yep. You got that one right.
Decline.
And the Crusaders are going to, I think, rightfully decline that one. They spotted it back at the 38, so it's a loss of 7, and that's going to bring up 2nd down and 17 for Lamar's.
Well, there's not a lot of plays on the card for 2nd and 17, so you're just trying to get to maybe a 3rd and 8, and you've got some stuff on the card for stuff like that. So we'll see what happens here. Middle of the field's wide open.
Just want to get it manageable. 2nd down and 17, 38-yard line. They give around the right side. Here's Doherty trying to break tackles, and he's able to fall forward, but not much there for Elijah Doherty. Gets to the 40-yard line, pickup of 2, and 3rd down and 15. And, this is where you don't want to be, Gabe.
No, there's just not a lot, and you're even in a position where do you want to take a chance? You have the momentum. Your defense is playing well. Do you play it safe here and punt the ball and stick them deep, or do you try to go get this one? I know what the kids want. I know what a player wants. I know what coaches are thinking. So we'll see what Coach Vigdahl goes with.
9:14 to go in the half. 7-0 Bulldogs. 3rd and 15 at the 40-yard line. Kazel drops back to throw. Has some time. Steps up. Lobs it deep. Looking right seam for Fafito. Makes a great leaping grab. But he did not survive the ground. Falling down. Lost the football. Making contact with the turf. It's incomplete. And it'll be 4th and 15 in time for the punting unit. Man, Gabe, he made a great leap on the ball, but just couldn't quite get it all the way down.
Yeah, that's 2 3rd downs in a row where Teagan put it pretty close. I mean, Teagan put it where he needed to and got his athlete available to go get that thing and just couldn't quite have the hand strength to go grab it. Heelan does a great job of raking it out there. But Sione can't worry about it because he has to get back there and punt. And somebody's not out there. Teagan will be coming out. You got 9 seconds. You might see a timeout out of Coach Vigdahl here.
Unfortunately, he's walking closer to the lines judge over there. Yeah, the play clock, just barely got it off, but
they called it.
They did get the timeout in time, man. They did have it ready to snap with 1 second left on the play clock, but they did get the timeout off. So first of 3 charged timeouts this half for Lamar's Community. Ahead of a 4th and 15. We're back with more Bulldog football after this break on KLEM.
Connected Electric South is your electrical headquarters for residential, commercial, and agriculture. Call for a free quote today at 546-5062. Call Connected Electric South for all your electrical needs. 546-5062.
Klein Insulation can provide you with a complete insulation system for your attic, crawl spaces, and foundation walls. Call Kyle with Klein Insulation at 540-5691. That's 540-5691.
This is Sione Fafita, and you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
Well, we'll see our first Bulldog punt as Lamar's goes out for 4th and 15. Daniel Versteeg with you, joined by Gabe Davis up here on top of the booth at Memorial Field. 9 minutes to go in the first half. 7-0 Lamar's Community on top of Bishop Heelan here in a non-district matchup in week 2 of the high school football season. Sione Fafita goes back to punt this one away. Only, he had to use him 5 times in the punting game last week. Sends a wobbler out to the 30-yard line of the Crusaders. Fielding it off the bounces to Brandon Watts, and he meets a host of Bulldogs. Bring him down, no return there. And Sir Brandon Watts gets brought down to the 29. Crusaders will start from their own 29 with 1st and 10.
Been wearing out the middle of this field.
Yes, yes, we have.
Aside from the touchdown pass, we haven't moved much from about the 30 to 30.
Yeah, we really haven't. My goodness. Yeah, we got to the 27 on a Crusader drive, but yeah, that's been it. Yeah, the ends of the field have not been utilized at all here tonight. And we'll see 1st down and 10 for the Crusaders, see if they can get it done. It's still just a 7-0 ball game in favor of Bishop Heelan as Quinn Olson lines up in the gun after starting under center. 2 tight ends, one on either side. Olson takes the chest-high snap, drops to throw, and immediately faces pressure and goes down. Off the end, the Bulldogs got him with Carson Ott on that stop. It's a loss of 2 back to the 27-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 12.
Yeah, he drops back and he looks, and if he doesn't like it, he gets a little antsy. So they've been mixing it up, bluffing some blitzes from both those linebackers, trying to make the young quarterback think, and they've really caused him some issues. He has hurt him in the run game, but the pass game hasn't so far.
Well, and sometimes when you get a quarterback that gets happy feet like that, he ends up running into a sack, and so you end up just basically baiting him into it. 2nd and 12, 27-yard line. Olson motions the receiver, gives it to him, end around left side. This is Jaron Bleeker. No, it's not Jaron Bleeker, but he gets across the 30 and tackled out of bounds at about the 32-yard line. Miles Wager on that carry. And you got to worry whenever a kid has the name Wager for Bishop Heelan, but he gets 3 yards to the 30. It'll be 3rd down and 9.
I don't know the relation, but that guy gave us nightmares here.
He gave a lot of people nightmares, I would think, yeah. But Miles Wager, I'm not sure exactly what that relation is, but yeah, if you got the Wager last name, you got to be in a good spot. 3rd down and 9 here at the 30-yard line for Bishop Heelan. It is 7-0 in favor of Lamar's Community, and a great ovation. I saw him pregame. Brad Pouch getting a nice round of applause here before the Crusaders have 3rd down and 9. It's great to see Brad back on the sidelines again. Rolling right, it's Quinn Olson on 3rd and 9. Chucks it deep right sideline, jump ball, overthrown.
Offensive pass interference on that almost.
Oh, incomplete. Yeah, I thought the far judge over there was going to throw the flag, but the incompletion will still give 4th down and 9 for the Crusaders and another punting situation.
I'm really surprised that Quinn didn't try to turn the corner on that and just try to run for the 1st down. There really wasn't anybody home on the outside. They had kind of blitzed up through the middle there, and he decided to throw it deep, but Sione had kind of run the route just as good as the receiver there.
Hey, he ran it better than the receiver, I think, as well. And, yeah, he was grabbed by his jersey just a bit, but they didn't call it. Shabano sends a good punt off. High right footage, spiraling, going to bounce at the Bulldog 40 and take a Bulldog bounce backwards. Goes out of bounds at the Bishop Heelan 40-yard line right there. Or the Bulldog 40-yard line, I beg your pardon. So the Mars will start at their own 40-yard line. We've had 3 straight 3-and-outs. We're going to get an official timeout here for a water break. With 7:48 to go in quarter number 2. It's Lamar's 7, Bishop Heelan nothing. Back with more Bulldog football. The offense takes the field when we return here on KLEM.
Colbeck Incorporated is proud to support local high school athletics. They encourage you to play hard and play smart and always show good sportsmanship. Best of luck from your friends, Brian, Kevin, and Wayne Colbeck.
Focus, determination, and teamwork are just a few qualities needed to succeed in sports and in school. At Northwest Bank, attention to these same qualities is important to us. Our goal is to provide you with the best products and banking solutions. Best of luck, athletes, and keep reaching for your goals. Member FDIC.
Kemp's Dairy of Lamar's is a proud supporter of area athletics. They focus on strong, healthy bodies with all their dairy products. And they continue to strive hard to provide the best possible dairy products to their customers. That's Kemp's Dairy of Lamar's.
Hi, this is Misty Zek.
This is Brock Nohava.
Hi, this is Abby Phillips.
I'm Carissa DeRocher.
This is Dave Close.
Hi, this is Austin Sitzman.
Hi, this is Jody with Exit Realty Midwest.
Exit Realty Midwest is proud to support our area athletes. Find them online at exitrealtymidwest.com.
This is Carson Ott, and you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
Back to Sioux City. The Bulldogs start with first down and 10. A screen pass to the left side. Sione Fafita got across midfield, tackled down to the 49. A late flag came out from the referee farthest downfield. For the moment, the Bulldogs have first down and 10, but what is this penalty going to be? Oh, no, they waved it off. All right, so the Bulldogs do get first down. An 11-yard screen pass to start the drive, and that's something that the Bulldogs have been looking for ever since they scored, is a good gain there on first and 10.
Yeah, that was a great first down and a little bit scary there. I don't know how the flag flies out of your pocket like that, but evidently it did.
Yeah, especially when there was no flag. First and 10, Crusader 49. Kazel takes a shotgun snap, lobs it deep, left sideline for Fafita. Leaping grab. And he got thrown down to the floor and did not hang on to the football, and Sione is hurt. Sione is down on the field. He is slow to get up. He leapt up in the air. He ended up being caught by the defensive back, basically. And the defensive back, it looked like, I don't want to, make something out of nothing, but it almost looked like he kind of just checked him down to the floor after landing in his arms, and Fafita is really slow to get up after a great effort to grab the football.
Yeah, he went up high to get that. Sione, we know from track that he can get up and do those things. He got up high, and the defensive back did everything he could to break it up. I mean, there was nothing ill will. Well, I mean, football's kind of an ill will sometimes. He did want to separate him from it, and when he hit, he kind of bounced. It fell out just like it did on that third down previous. But that's one that gets your wind knocked out of you, and hopefully you can just catch your bearings, and hopefully we get to see Sione back here pretty quick.
Well, he's not standing up yet, but the fact that he's sitting up, I think, already has to be a good sign. With the way he hit the turf, with the way he, and like you said, he bounced a little bit, kind of rolled on that shoulder, and he's sitting up and he's supporting himself with his arms, which must mean a good sign, at least as far as the arms are concerned. And, yeah, you hope it's just a quick, seeing of stars. And, yeah, he's walking off the field under his own power. Little ginger, but, hopefully just get a few plays off, maybe a couple of drives off, and we'll hopefully see him back here tonight.
Yeah, and it didn't look like he fell on his head.
No, yeah.
And it looked more like on his back, but, it is all connected. So it's tough, tough to tell, and hopefully it's just a wind knocked out and he'll be back here pretty quick. If not, Coach Bigdahl always talks about next man up and being ready to go, and I know that there's people over there that didn't see time last week or haven't played much this week, and they're chomping at the bit. They don't want to see anybody hurt, but they're ready to go. Alex Allen looks like he's coming in at that position.
Yes, he is. Yeah, he's out on that left sideline and ready to go with second down and 10. Bulldogs have it at the Crusader 49-yard line. Twins receivers on either side of Tegan. Kazel in the gun. He fakes the give to Doherty. Looking to keep left side. Now he turns up the seam across the 45, and he's brought down to the Crusader 42. It's a gain of 7 for Kazel. Brings up third down and 3.
That was a nice little fake there, and Tegan just followed his blockers. We're going to go big here again with Carson Ott coming back in, and Alex Allen's already in. So,
well, you bring in a Carson Ott, and you have Alex Allen there on the bench. I mean, that gives you so much versatility, especially on these short down kind of plays. With 6:50 to go in the half, 7-0 Bulldogs.
This is an interesting spot. Obviously, you want to get the first down, but if you don't here, and Sione is your punter, that's another thing you have to worry about as a coach.
They give it around the left side. This is Connor Jalis. Doesn't quite get the marker, but he does get positive yardage to the 40 on the sweep left side. It's going to be 4th down and 1, and, yeah, this is going to be an interesting decision for the Bulldogs. 2-yard gain for Connor Jalis. What does Lamar's want to do? They're going to go for it. Yeah, 4th and 1. Crusader,
or at least they're going to line up.
Maybe, yeah, see if they get them to move. Kazel under center. 2 men in the backfield. He gives it to Doherty. Up the middle. First down and more. Across the left seam to the 35. He keeps going to the 34. He's got 6 yards and, more importantly, a first down for the Bulldogs.
Oh, that's huge. That's huge to get that, especially on a 4th down. Heelan's looking to maybe get the ball darn near their best field position. They've got it. Yeah. And now you get a little bit deeper. Looking to score again before half.
7-0 Lamar's. Bulldogs scored on their first drive of the contest, and we've had crickets since offensively. But now 1st and 10 for Lamar's at the Crusader 34. Kazel with a screen pass right side, throws it wide of Bo Wadley out there on the right side. Incomplete on the screen. It's going to be 2nd down and 10.
Bo dropped back a step, and Teagan threw it right where it was at. Unfortunately, Bo couldn't get going forward again. Teagan wishes he had that one back. I'll guarantee that. There's an open spot right between these safeties, deep in the middle of the field. I can't imagine they're going to go too much longer without taking a shot there with either Nolan or Bo or, Sione would have been a great one. Obviously, he's a little dinged up right now.
Well, that was the first score of the game. I mean, straight up the middle, yeah. And it looked like the safeties kind of just said, why don't you take him? Deep downfield, nobody took him. 2nd and 10, Crusader 34 as Jalis motions right to left. They don't give it to him. Snap to Kazel, straight up the middle, running with the football across the 31 to the 30. Gain of 4 on the keeper by Kazel, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 6.
Yeah, that's when you're pretty sure coach has got 4 downs from this spot. I don't know if you trust Giovanni from, what would that be, 47, 48
yards? It'd be 47 right now, yeah.
And the wind's kind of across, so I don't know if he's going to want to put him out there for that. So I think Coach Vigdahl is looking 4 downs here, and then the next time, if it gets to that spot, a field goal.
Yeah, absolutely. 3rd down and 6. Crusader 30. Kazel by himself in the gun. Takes the helmet, high snap, throws right side. That ball is caught, but then dropped. Incomplete. Nolan Cass couldn't survive the hit by Sir Brandon Watts. And now it'll be 4th down and 6. Oh, yeah, there is a flag. So we'll hold everything for just a moment here. And it's going to be a hold.
So do you want second and 15, or do you want 3rd and 15, or 4th and 5? That's an interesting one.
That is an interesting one. What is Coach LaFleur? It is on the Bulldogs. They are going to take the yardage. So 10 yards from, it looked like the 32 is where they had the spot of the hold. And yeah, they mark them back to the Bulldog, or the Crusader 42-yard line on the penalty. So that is going to set up now 3rd down, and let's go with 17. All right, we'll go with 3rd down and 17 here for the Bulldogs.
Timeout, Dogs.
Yes, timeout on the field. Ken Vigdahl using his 2nd of 3 here this half. With 5:10 to go in quarter number 2, Bulldogs still up 7-0. They scored on the first drive of the contest. They're looking to score again. We're back after this timeout. You're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
Peace Pizza House is your destination before and after the game. Whether you need to feed the whole family or just looking to get out before the game, make sure to stop at Peace Pizza House. You'll find many appetizers, burgers, salads, pasta, and of course, Peace Pizza House outstanding pizza selections. Your entire family is sure to find something they're looking for. Peace Pizza House would like to wish our local teams the best of luck this season.
This is Ken Vigdahl, head football coach of the Lamar's football team. You're listening to Bulldog Football on 1410 AM, 96.9 FM Clem.
And we welcome you back to Memorial Field in Sioux City. Daniel Versteg alongside Gabe Davis as we bring you Bulldog Football on KLEM. 3rd down and 17 to go for the Bulldogs, coming out of their 2nd of 3 timeouts, starting from the Crusader 42-yard line. We'll see if the Bulldogs got a play drawn up here. Sione Fafita jogging around the sideline there. That's a great sight to see, but he's not on the field. 3rd down and 17. Kazel empties the backfield on the motion, rolls out to his right to throw. He's still looking downfield. Now chucks a long ball. Bo Wadley had it batted away downfield.
They're going to call that on Bo.
Raiden Neal on the coverage. There is a flag downfield with the throw. And yes, offensive pass interference on Bo Wadley. There's a flag also back behind the play as well, which can only probably be a hold as well. Yeah, it's not looking good for the Bulldogs. I think if I'm Coach LaFleur, I just decline all of this.
Goodness.
Make it 4th and 17. Yeah, that's really tough to deal with. Do want to thank our Bulldog sponsors as we await the call from our White Hat. Great sponsors like Williams & Company, Rexwinkle Funeral Home, Hy-Vee, Clausen's Clothing, Tenninger Insurance, along with State Farm agent Michael Crank, Advanced Sanitation, the Lamar's Agri Center, Julie Hurt Realtor at Century 21 ProLink, American Bank, the Lamar's Athletics Booster Club, and OH Livermore Construction, as well as our video sponsors, Easy Clean Car Wash, again, Julie Hurt Realtor at Century 21 ProLink, Northwest Bank, as well as Peace Pizza House. Hold called on the Bulldogs, and an offensive pass interference. So that's kind of what we had. And yes, they are both declined. So it'll be 4th down and 17 for the Dogs. And, yeah, I think, Gabe, that's probably the right call. We'll see who comes out to punt, though. It's going to be interesting.
Andrew punted last week. They got nobody back there.
Nobody's back there.
Now it's Andrew. I was going to say, he was on the end, and he punted last week.
Andrew Fafita will take over for Sione. So Brandon Watts stands at his own 10-yard line. Andrew Fafita takes a snap. Oh, he got it barely away. Line drive kick. Bounce to the 20. Takes a Bulldog roll out of bounds on the far sideline. They mark it down to the Crusader 11. Great punt by Andrew Fafita. Crusaders will start 1st and 10 of their own 11. Now field position once again, rearing its head. Gabe, you love when your opposing team starts inside their own red zone.
Yeah, eventually, Lamar's is going to convert on that. They did the first drive, and then since then we played about between the 30s and haven't done a whole lot. Pinned them deep, 5 minutes left in the first half. If we get a stop, you're going to have good field position, and hopefully good things can happen, but let's put it in the defense's hands again.
So,
still no Sione, though, and no Bo.
No Sione or Bo on defense. Yeah, Andrew Fafita is now migrated to that safety position back there for the defense.
Over there.
Ryan Sadowski, yeah, it's really next man up here for the Bulldogs on defense, especially. Crusaders start 1st down and 10 from their own 11-yard line. And we've got a legal motion called on the Crusaders. Man, it feels like week 1 with these penalties.
Wow. Their arms are going to be tired from throwing all these flags.
Getting a real workout, tossing that sandbag around.
Dead ball. False start.
Yep, false start.
5-yard
so a 5-yard penalty. It's not quite half the distance to the goal. It's going to be 1st down and 15 from the 6.
Bo's back.
Bo back on the field. Great to see. We have a report from Galen Catholic. The Jays trail Hartley Melvin Sanborn 15-7 at the end of the first quarter, but now we've got a touchdown pass for the Jays, so they've cut it to just maybe a point or two. We're not sure what the point after try ended up being, so either 15-13, 15-14, or maybe 15-15. We'll wait and see what the score is at halftime. There's the give around the left side. Sir Brandon Watts gets stopped for a big loss back there. Like Nolan Cass, I think, maybe on the stop out there.
That was Elijah Doherty. He popped up so quick, nobody got him.
Brought down back at the 1-yard line. Loss of 5 for Sir Brandon Watts, and it's going to be 2nd down and 20 as Bishop Heelan's back at their own 1. Boy, how do you get out of this pickle now if you're the Crusaders?
I don't know. Get tight. It looks like they're bringing in a bigger guy. Maybe try that read, see if your quarterback can get out of there. Everybody just needs to stay solid here. You're going to get the ball back if good things happen. So if everybody does their job, you're going to be in good shape. Just don't take any unneeded chances, and coach is going to call a timeout here from Heelan.
John LaFleur needed a timeout. The play clock was running down as well. The Bulldogs lead 7-0. 4:05 to go in the first half. Take the timeout with Coach LaFleur. We're back after this. You're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
Lamar's Community Athletic Boosters are proud supporters of this broadcast. Hard work and determination are vital to the success of our area athletics. The Lamar's Community Athletic Boosters are proud to stand behind our athletes and coaches as they work towards success on the field and in the classroom.
Hummer's Lawn Care Service will provide you with the services needed for the best-looking lawn in your neighborhood. Is it thatching, fertilizer, or simple maintaining of your freshly cut grass? Call Hummer's Lawn Care at 546-4087.
This is Elijah Doherty, and you are listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
We welcome you back to Memorial Field here in Sioux City. Alongside Gabe Davis, I'm Daniel Versteg. 4:05 to go. In quarter number 2, Lamar's Community leads Bishop Heelan by a score of 7-0.
Sione's back.
Sione's back. Great to see. Takes over in the safety spot alongside Andrew. Looks like they're going to go 2 high safeties potentially.
I think it's the alignment they have. I still think Connor's going to be that guy, but I think they bring him inside with this alignment.
2nd and 20 from the 1. The give goes right side. Joey Fitzsimmons, or Max Delaney, excuse me. He gets brought down across the 5 to the 7-yard line.
That's Sione. He's back.
He is back with a vengeance.
Welcome.
Big stop on Max Delaney. He does get breathing room, but that's about it. It'll be 3rd and 14 now for the Crusaders.
Again, you're going to get the ball back if you're Lamar's here. Yep. You just have to make sure. I mean, they haven't punted the ball all over the place. You should get it back inside the 50. Make sure you hold them here.
Yeah,
play solid defense.
At this point, if you're Bishop Heelan, you're just trying to give yourself room to punt out there, and Well, they've given them room. I guess now the thought is maybe we can get the first down. 3rd and 14 from the 7. Here's the snap. Quinn Olson rolls out to his right. He looks to chuck it deep back over the right seam for Max Delaney, but just overthrew him a bit and incomplete. Bulldogs might have gotten bailed out on the bad pass. It's going to be 4th down and 14, and the Crusaders will kick.
Yeah, if they're going to throw that ball, it better be pretty good. Throwing back across your body, every coach in the place is saying no, no, no until it gets caught, and then you're yes, yes, yes. But
yeah, that's one of those textbook no yes plays, and well,
only Bo back.
Ended up being no. Yeah, Bo Wadley, the only man back there the Bulldogs want to rush, I think. Yeah, you get 10 up there and see if you can rush the punter. But Sabanos gets this one away.
That's a good one.
Booming, spiraling kick.
Plenty of room, though.
Wadley returns to the 47-yard line, his own 47. Up the left numbers, 40, 36, 35, and he's wrestled out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Good return from Bo Wadley. Sabanos might have outkicked his coverage just a bit. It'll be 1st down and 10 for the Dogs at the Crusader 35.
Great tackle by number 9. I think that's Cannon Bork.
It is Cannon Bork, yeah.
Yeah, Cannon Bork. He squared up Bo, and that's not easy. And Bo doesn't back away, so he's going to try to run right through your chest. And Cannon's a big, strong guy and did not let that happen. That was a good football play right there by Bo.
1st down and 10 here for the Bulldogs. Man, you want to score before the break because you're also going to get the football to start the second half. You want to really put them away to start the second half. Here's Tegan Kazel, 2 men in the backfield, 2 receivers right. He gives it up the middle. This is Elijah Doherty. Up the left seam. He's got 5 yards to the 30-yard line. 2nd down and 5.
Here they go.
Going to move quickly here as they want to try and get those points quickly. 2nd and 5. Bulldogs of the Crusader 30. They're all set, ready to go as Kazel out of the gun. Fakes the handoff. Has the pitch. Left side. Connor Jalis up the left numbers. Across the 30 to the 27. He gains 3. It's 3rd and 2.
Alex Allen missed a block there, but if he can get that, I think Connor Jalis might be celebrating the end zone right there.
Well, and we'd love to see Connor get into the end zone to start the year. He has been unable to get in the end zone yet. Of course, Wadley had the end around last week. But
yep, tough week last week for him running the ball, -11, I believe.
Yes.
And then, he did. I think he may have caught a ball. There weren't a lot of passes being caught, so he'll get in the end zone eventually, and he'll be a great teammate. Until then, celebrate with the others while it happens.
2 minutes to go in the half. 7-0 Bulldogs. Kazel by himself in the backfield. Motions Jalis right to left. Kazel keeps on 3rd down and 2. Up the middle. He's got the 1st down across the 25. And he's tackled down to the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 7 for Tegan Kazel and a 1st down for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, you'll take 3 here going into halftime, but that won't make you happy. I mean, you're not going to be satisfied with that. 7 is what you want.
Yeah, now at the red zone, at the doorstep of the red zone of the Crusader 20. Kazel in the gun, 2 right, 1 left. He takes the chest-high snap, gives it to Doherty up the middle. Crusaders had it red. They get to Doherty and bring him down to the 17-yard line. Pickup of 3. Going to bring up 2nd and 7.
Minute and a half, 1 timeout left. Still plenty of time from where you're at. With the no huddle, it's pretty easy to get in and out of things.
Minute 24 to go here in the half. 7-0 Bulldogs. 2nd and 7 for the Crusader 17. Fakes the give Doherty. Kazel keeps, has a convoy. Right sideline 15. Cuts back upside the seam. And he carries across the 11. Stood up at the 11. Going to be just short of the marker if the near side judge is right.
They did stop it. So they're gonna either measure or take a peek at it.
Where do they got it? They got it at the 10.
That's a 1st down.
No, wait, now they got a whistle, yeah, because the chain gang wasn't ready to go. That's going to stop the momentum here for the Bulldogs.
1st and 10.
They do have 1st and goal, so it is a 7-yard gain for Kazel. 1st down and goal. Bulldogs at the 10. See if they can get it now. Kazel, screen pass, left side. Connor Jalis. Crusaders had it well, but he breaks a tackle inside the left numbers. He's got a couple of yards to the 8. Going to bring up 2nd and goal from the 8. Game clock at 50 seconds.
Timeout.
And a timeout from Ken Vigdahl. Ken Vigdahl wants a timeout on the 2-yard screen to Connor Jalis. We'll take a timeout as well. Back after this, more Bulldog football. Trying to score before half here on KLEM Lamar's.
Get a special loan rate from Northwest Bank. Take a vacation, buy a car, or consolidate debt. Use the equity in your home for what you want. Northwest Bank's home equity line of credit special of 4.99% annual percentage rate fixed for 18 months. Then variable rate thereafter. Currently 5% APR. This offer is available for a limited time to qualified borrowers. Stop in or call 800-678-4105 for details about credit costs and terms. Apply online at nw.bank. Equal housing lender. Member FDIC.
commitment you can bank on.
This is Tegan Kazel, and you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
We welcome you back here to Memorial Field in Sioux City on the Bishop Heelan football field. Daniel Versteg, Gabe Davis with you. It is going to be second down and goal for the Bulldogs with 48 seconds to go here in the half. 7-0 Lamar's Community with 8 yards to go.
No timeouts here. That's where those come back to haunt you in the first quarter. They don't seem like they're as big of a deal, but here comes that reverse from last week. Scored a touchdown on.
Kazel under center. 2 men in the backfield. He gives it. There's the end around right side. Bo Wadley cuts up the middle, and he's into the end zone. It's a Bulldog touchdown. Bo Wadley with his second rushing score of the season. And Lamar's does go up 2 scores before half. It's 13-0 with 42 seconds left in the half.
Yeah, that's the exact same formation I saw the game winner scored on last week, and you could kind of see it. The only thing, you have to stay solid because Connor can also take that the other way if you try to overplay it. So
Giovanni Kabongo will try the point after, make it a clean 14-0 Bulldog lead heading into the break. Kazel on the hold, the snap in the spot, the boot is through the uprights and good. It is 14-0. Bulldogs on top. 42 seconds to go here in the first half of this contest. We will take a break. We're back after this. More Bulldog football coming your way on KLEM.
Hut, hut, hike. Hey, Don King here from the Orange City Ace Hardware. We are happy to have a huge selection of what you need to keep your home a happy one. From Eagle battery-operated power tools to paint, kitchen appliances to apparel. We are even happier to support our area athletes and their families. Orange City Ace Hardware.
At Arnold Motor Supply in Lamar's, they understand service really does make the difference. They'll take the extra step to help you find the right part. The first time, every time. At Arnold Motor Supply, service really is the difference.
We're proud to be Arnold Motor Supply.
This is Bo Wadley, and you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
Well, perfect for Mr. Wadley to welcome you back to the broadcast. An 8-yard touchdown run as Gabe Davis joins us. Daniel Versteg with you. 42 seconds to go here in the first half of the contest. The Bulldogs lead this one by a score of 14-0. And now Giovanni Kabongo will try and see if he can get the Crusaders to maybe just take this one into the break with a good boot into the end zone for a touchback. Kabongo kicking left to right now after the change in the quarter.
Wind
might be returnable. Yeah, it gets knocked down by the wind. Now it is muffed. It's picked up by Isaiah Favors, who has to run it from the 10. He's brought down to the 15-yard line. Nowhere to go after muffing the punt. Crusaders will definitely be taking that into the break.
And there's your hidden yards again.
Yes.
If he kicks it in the end zone, they get it at the 20. Now they get it at the 15 because I don't know if they weren't ready or the wind does play tricks, and it happened last week to Lamar's and cost us a possession. Didn't get us a possession, but I can't imagine Heelan's going to get too greedy here.
No. Yeah, I think they'll be, not content anyway, but they'll just kind of take this one into the break, I would have to imagine. You don't want to do anything stupid here on your own side of the field, especially when you're going to give the ball back to the Bulldogs. Quinn Olson in the gun. He gives it to Isaiah Favors around the right side. He got past the initial Bulldog rusher and gets brought down for a yard gain to the 16-yard line. Going to bring up second down and 14. Clock will be running here for the Crusaders.
They won't need to do it anymore.
Nope.
Yep, and Coach puts his hands up and says we're going to halftime.
I would as well. So time will run out here in the half. Our score, Lamar's 14, Bishop Heelan nothing. The Bulldogs will bookend the half with scores, scoring on their first drive of the half on a 56-yard score from Tegan Kazel to Sione Fafita, and then scoring again on their last drive of the half on an 8-yard touchdown run by Bo Wadley. 14-0. Bulldogs on top at the end of the half. We will take a break. When we come back, we'll have your halftime stats. We'll break down the first half that we just brought you, and we'll also try and track down some scores from around Northwest Iowa as well. That's all coming up on our halftime coverage. 14-0 in favor of the Bulldogs. Back after this with halftime stats and more here on KLEM.
When it comes to service, your Lamar's Hy-Vee is #1 for shopping both in-store and online. Save with the Fuel Saver Plus Perks Rewards program at Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle.
Protect your property, your home, and your land. Contact Iowa Abstract Land and Title Company for your information to update and record for your property protection. Iowa Abstract Land and Title Company.
Williams & Company, certified public accountants, congratulates all area athletes in support of excellence, good sportsmanship, and the spirit of teamwork. A proud sports sponsor, Williams & Company, CPAs, your full-service business advisor with a local office in Lamars.
Does it bug you to drive through a car wash to get the bugs off and all you get is a wet car with the bugs still there? Then drive to the Easy Clean Car Wash in Lamars. With Easy Clean state-of-the-art technology, you'll be in and out in just minutes with a bug-free shine. And a tenant will assist you. They'll pre-wash the hard-to-reach areas to get those bugs off. Choose from a single wash or a gift card where you'll receive the 6th wash free. Or how about an annual pass with unlimited washes for a year? Satisfaction guaranteed at Easy Clean Car Wash, just east of Hy-Vee on 12th Street in Lamars. Easy Clean Car Wash, making it easy.
For all your construction needs, trust Wilchin Brothers Incorporated. They're a Better Business Bureau accredited business and will be there every step of the way to get your project done right. Call 546-4135.
The Lamars Agri Center, your local source for Scott's lawn products, top-performing Kent feed products, a full line of agronomic inputs, bulk grass seed, bird feeders, bulk bird feed, and outstanding service. The Lamars Agri Center, your source for everything that grows.
A home is a safe place to be, a roof over your head, and 4 walls to keep out the heat and cold. It's a child's laughter, a mother's song, and a father's strength. It's where we go for comfort and to share joy. It's your first school and your first church. It's where memories are shared. Hi, this is Julie Hurt, your Century 21 ProLink real estate agent. Whatever a home means to you, I am here to help you find the home you are looking for. Call 540-7757 and let me, Julie Hurt, help you make a house your new home.
Advanced Eye Healthcare, Dr. Becky DeRuyter knows all of our student athletes need to keep their eye on the ball. Make sure with an eye exam at Advanced Eye Healthcare at Walmart Vision Center in Lamars. Dr. Becky DeRuyter.
Certified public accountants Cruz & Cruz extend their support to all the athletes and remind everyone, in the spirit of sports, participation is more important than winning. Cruz & Cruz Accounting, proud to be a sponsor of KLEM Sports.
Whether you're building, remodeling, or renovating, choose the professional that you've come to trust. O.H. Livermore Construction. From commercial to residential remodeling to a complete renovation, contact O.H. Livermore Construction for a free estimate today. 540-6247. O.H. Livermore Construction, Lamars.
This is Connor Jalis, and you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
And we welcome you back to our halftime coverage here from Memorial Field in Sioux City. Alongside Gabe Davis, I'm Daniel Versteg. Our halftime score, Lamar's 14, Bishop Heelan nothing. The Bulldogs scoring the first drive of the half and scoring the last drive of the half as well. Lead this one by 2 scores. Let's take a look at our first half stats, and then we will break it all down for you here in the first half. Bulldogs with 144 yards of total offense, a lot better than what I was about to say. 64 yards on the ground, 92 passing yards through the air for the Bulldogs. And that's a look at the offensive side. They are 4 for 8 on 3rd down tries, 1 for 2 on 4th down tries. Bishop Heelan with 33 rushing yards and 42 total yards, 9 through the air. Just nothing doing through the air for Bishop Heelan. 2 for 8 on 3rd down tries. They have not attempted a 4th down try. Crusaders have also gotten sacked 3 times in this contest as well. Take a look at some of the individual numbers here for the Bulldogs. We'll start on offense. Tegan Kazel is 5 for 13 for 80 passing yards. He's found Sione Fafita twice, once for 56 yards in the score, another for 11 yards. He's got 2 catches, 67 yards. Connor Jalis, 2 catches for 15 yards, as well as Bo Wadley. He's got a catch for 10 yards. Kazel's run 5 times for 29 yards. Elijah Doherty has 8 carries, 28 yards, and Bo Wadley has himself minus yardage, but he'll take a touchdown as well in there. On the defensive side of things, it's Carter Jennis, who's got 3 tackles. Elijah Doherty has 3 tackles in there. Carson Ott with 2, as well as Sione Fafita with 2, leading the way on the defensive side. For Bishop Heelan, Quinn Olson is 2 of 6 passing for just 9 yards, kind of opposite from what was working for the Crusaders last week. Sir Brandon Watts with a catch for 8 yards, and then the other one going to Cannon Bork for 9 yards. On the ground, Quinn Olson, 4 carries, 17 yards. Bork with a 4 carries, 7 yards. And then it is, let's see, Sir Brandon Watts with the 3 carries for 7 yards. On the defensive side of things, leader in tackles is John Halber. He's got 4, and it goes down from there. Again, the Bulldogs on top by a score of 14-0 here at the halftime break. And boy, Gabe, those middle possessions, those middle drives, kind of tricky for the Bulldogs, but I think when all's said and done, they're going to be happy to have a 2-possession lead here at the half.
Yeah, the middle possessions, like you said, they bookended it with scores, but those middle possessions were marred with some negative plays and just some penalties, some stuff that I know Coach Vigdahl and the rest of the staff
KLEM
gonna harp on tomorrow, and as they watch this film of the missed opportunities. They had the ball at the 50 for much of the half, and to get the 2 that they had, they're happy about that, but they know it could be much more in their favor, and they'll be talking about that, and they get the ball right away, and they'll look to take advantage of that, go in and score maybe on the first possession. And you never want to say it's over after what we saw last week and Lamar's being down 2 scores, but Heelan has scored in the 6 quarters. They've scored 3 points, and they just haven't quite found what they needed to, and hopefully we can keep that going and score a couple more here quick in the third and kind of rest easy a little bit more in the fourth.
Well, yeah, and the nice thing is, the Bulldogs do get the ball back to start the second half, so you can really this is really what you're hoping for when you defer the coin toss, is you're really hoping for the opportunity to score at the end of the half, score at the beginning of the first half. I mean, you talk to any football coach on the planet, and being able to steal drives, take advantage of it with points, is absolutely crucial for any team.
Well, absolutely, and it'll be interesting to see what Heelan chooses, because the wind's kind of picked up here.
Right.
We kind of feel it a little bit more, and granted, we're on top up here, so maybe that's one reason, and maybe it's not as bad down there. But, we haven't seen their kicker. We don't know what he's capable of kicking off. We know what Giovanni does. But anytime you can bookend and maybe score, get the ball back and score again, that's a huge momentum. And hopefully that's what happens here in the second half.
Well, and like you said, the wind picking up. I mean, we didn't see it a whole lot in the passing game, but like you said, we know what Giovanni can do. He can boot the ball out of the end zone, no problem. That last kick into the wind, it got blown back to the 10-yard line. So, anything can really impact that aspect of the game. We were talking about those middle drives, and I just want to highlight, the real struggle it was for both sides of the ball to be working. After the touchdown, Crusaders punted. Bulldogs turnover on downs. Punt, 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 punt. There's no movement of the football. I mean, the longest drive in there went 26 yards. And from 30 to 30, that was all anybody could really touch offensively.
Yeah, and I'm a Hawkeye fan, so I love punts, but
that's Big Ten football.
Yeah,
right
that's
there.
Big Ten football right there. But no, it's not exactly what you want. And maybe the worst part about it beyond the punts is why they're punting.
Right.
They're punting because of the mistakes that they're self-inflicting, jumping off sides or starting early, things like that. Maybe a hold that wasn't necessary. So get rid of those mistakes, learn from them, and come out in the second half and get after it.
That's the nice thing is, they are mistakes. You don't want to see them. But if you see mistakes, you want to see fixable ones. They're false starts. They're face masks. They're all things that you can just say, hey, you got to do this differently, and we'll be fine in the second half.
Absolutely. I mean, anytime you give up, 42 yards in the first half. Last week they gave up 51 in the first half, so their first halves have been great. Now Sergeant Bluff came out and put up a couple hundred yards in the second half. You can't allow that to happen. And if you're making mistakes and allowing a team to do that, if you're making mistakes on offense and allowing a team to move it on defense, all of a sudden this game's going to be way more interesting in the fourth quarter than you'd like it to be. So hopefully you can learn from it, like you said, and grow from it. It's still early in the season. They are still 15, 16, 17-year-olds, and they're going to make those mistakes, but hopefully they learn from it and they play a better second half than they did first.
Yeah, and it's going to start on offense. And as you look at this one, you're an offensive coach with the Red Raiders. You are in those kind of meetings, and you're in those adjustments at halftime. If you're Lamar's in the locker room right now, obviously the goal, go up 3 scores right away. Try and put the nail in the coffin early on in the second half. What do you think they're looking to do offensively when they come out of the locker room to get that done?
Well, they've had success. The first play of the game, and then they had another play where they just kind of kick it out to the receivers, short pass, positive yards, get 10 or 11 there. I think that's probably going to be something they're looking to do. Elijah Doherty had 150 yards last year against Heelan. They're all over him, so that might not be it. But Tegan Kazel's running the ball well. Connor Jalis is running the ball well. I think just keeping Heelan on their heels and not knowing where it's coming from is going to be huge. And you don't have to score on the first or second play. Move down the field. A methodical drive would be great, just like you finished with, and then end with something in the end zone. And if there's 6 minutes left on the clock, you took half the quarter, and now they have to score 3 touchdowns in a quarter and a half, and that's going to be tough on them. So just not shooting yourself in the foot and hurting yourself is going to be huge, and making some of those catches. Bo had one, Sione had a couple that, they're not easy, but I know those guys are competitors, and they're going to want to make that catch for their team, for Tegan, for the people out there. So they'll make those plays down the stretch, I guarantee it.
The nice thing we're seeing, too, is the athleticism of the Bulldog offense. I mean, last year I think at times it probably felt like if it wasn't Tyler or Elijah moving the football, it was a little tricky for them to get down the field. And you maybe had one or maybe 2 receivers that could move downfield. But you're seeing a Bulldog offense that feels so multiple, whether it's Elijah, whether it's Tegan, or you get a Bo involved, or a Connor, Sione, whoever it may be. It feels like the Bulldogs kind of have whatever they want to offensively, and they have many guys that they can rely on out there.
Well, and the big thing is this is year 2, and those guys that did it last year, the Spielers and the Lusinks, and they had known it for 3 months. And Coach, that first year is always a learning curve for everyone, and they learned about it. We know they're athletic. We've seen them do it in other sports, but just being comfortable with it. And that's where Bo and Nolan and Sione and Andrew and Elijah and Connor, those guys, they're now in year 2 of it. It's all familiar. So now you can focus on some different things and play faster. You're not thinking so much. You're just playing. And, anytime you can play and not have to think, it's a good thing. It's the same time as coaching. If you're calling plays and you're not necessarily really thinking about it because you're in a rhythm, that's good stuff. And so these guys are playing fast, sometimes too fast, and I'm sure Coach talked about that, but some big plays are coming.
I can do the not thinking part. The playing part, I don't know about that. But, that's absolutely what you want to get to. Coach talked, I think it was on the coach's show right before week 1. He said, year 1, we focused on the broad concepts of the offense. And this year you can get more specific. You can get into the nitty-gritty. This is why we're doing it, not what we're doing. This is how we have to do it. And you're seeing the product of that paying off. They feel a lot more comfortable in the offense, and they're running it a lot better.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's new for everybody. We're talking skill guys, but it's also new for those linemen. Everybody thinks they're just supposed to block people. And if it were that easy, everybody'd be an NFL star. I mean, there's a lot of money that goes into those guys at high levels, and it's not easy. They're moving all the time, and they don't make it easy. They don't stand there and let you block them. So the more comfortable that Walking Eagle gets, and the Evan Jalis and the Grossenheiders, and Drew Gallis has never played it, and he's out there playing guard this year. Nolan Hodgson's, that's the 5 that are there, and they're learning how to play together and communicate. And so through the first 6 quarters of the season, they've had their highs and lows, but they've been getting better. I've seen that each time. I mean, I've been fortunate enough to watch all 6 quarters, so hopefully we can continue that growth.
We'll take a break here. When we come back, it's still halftime. Bulldogs up 14-0 on our scoreboard. We'll check some other scores, including get you up to date on the Galen Catholic game, any of the Plymouth County contests as well. Hinton's playing MMCRU. Remsen St. Mary's is looking good this week. We'll break that all down. When we come back, it's our halftime coverage. Bulldogs up 14-0. You're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
Williams & Company, certified public accountants, congratulates all area athletes in support of excellence, good sportsmanship, and the spirit of teamwork. A proud sports sponsor, Williams & Company CPAs, your full-service business advisor with a local office in Lamar's.
At American Bank, we believe in offering you what you want in a bank. Free checking, free debit and ATM cards, extended lobby and drive-up hours, competitive loans and deposit rates, online and mobile banking with bill payment and mobile deposit services. American Bank, achieving success together for over 130 years.
Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
It's the corner for fashion. Clausen's on the corner downtown Lamar's. For men's, young men's, and ladies' clothing, a shoe department, and formal wear too. In-store alterations, gift cards, and personal service. Clausen's on the corner downtown Lamar's.
Peace Pizza House is your destination before and after the game. Whether you need to feed the whole family or just looking to get out before the game, make sure to stop at Peace Pizza House. You'll find many appetizers, burgers, salads, pasta, and of course, Peace Pizza House outstanding pizza selections. Your entire family is sure to find something they're looking for. Peace Pizza House would like to wish our local teams the best of luck this season.
This is Sione Fafita, and you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
We welcome you back to Memorial Field in Sioux City. Daniel Versteg, Gabe Davis with you. Here's some quick scores from around the area. MOC Floyd Valley up on Unity Christian 13-7 at the halftime break. Again, MOC Week 4 opponent. Hinton leads MMCRU 14-12 in the second quarter. West Sioux's up on Sioux Center 35-14. Hartley Melvin Sanborn leads Galen Catholic 23-15. Alta Aurelia is up on Akron Westfield 7-0. It is Remsen St. Mary's up 51-0 on River Valley second quarter. Central Lyon George Little Rock leads Sergeant Bluff Luton at the half 35-0. And the opponent for the Bulldogs next week, East High leads North 14-0 at the halftime break. We'll have all these scores on our website later on tonight. Here's the kickoff to start the second half, and going back into the end zone, Sione Fafita will not take it out. It'll be a touchback for the Bulldogs, and they'll start 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. So you mentioned we hadn't seen the kicker for Bishop Heelan, but he's got quite the boot on him, and the Bulldogs will have a long field ahead of them.
Yeah, I was just going to say that answers that question real fast. He got behind it. He does have a little bit of wind, which is nice, but he got all of it. Sione tried sneaking it out of there, but they didn't let him do that. Not in high school.
No, that has gone by the wayside with all the safety measures that they're trying to put into place, which we love safetiness, and
absolutely
we love seeing guys play football for a long time. Tegan Kazel out of the gun. He fakes the give, has the option pitch. Left side line, 25, 30, 35, 40, all the way down the field.
Cut back.
It's Connor Jalis, 35, 30, and he's tackled on the left seam at the Crusader 30-yard line. 50-yard carry right away to start the second half for Connor Jalis, and the Bulldogs have 1st and 10, Crusader 30.
Rolling back with probably the same play here. Might give it this time.
Kazel keeps it. Pitches left. Why not? Go to Connor Jalis again. Turn the corner left sideline. Stepped out of bounds. They got him at the 21-yard line. Going to be 2nd down and 1. They didn't even have the chains ready to go on the far sideline.
I like that pace.
I don't know if the chain gang likes it, but yeah, it doesn't matter what they think. 9-yard carry for Connor Jalis. 2nd down and 1. We've got a flag thrown before the play. It's going to blow it dead, so probably going to be a false start of some kind for Lamar's, and that'll back them up a few yards. They did have they're wasting no time out of the half. False start called on the Bulldogs, though.
5-yard penalty.
So I'll back them up to the 26, and it's going to be 2nd down and 6 for Lamar's.
That drives. I love Nolan, but he's shaking his head. He knows better than that. He got called for he's away from the play, and he's the one that gets called for the false start. You're just supposed to watch the ball and not get too jumpy.
Yeah, you don't even have to react at that point. You just kind of go with the flow out there. 2nd down and 6. Bulldogs at the Crusader 26-yard line as Kazel takes the snap. He gives it to Doherty, left side outside the seam, and he's tackled forward to the 23-yard line. It's a gain of 3 to bring up 3rd and 3. Yeah, Elijah Doherty just can't get much going on the ground here tonight, as the Crusaders really had a game plan against him. They've taken him away on the ground here early on in the second half. It is Bulldogs 14, Bishop Heelan nothing. 3rd down and 3 from the Crusader 23-yard line. 2 receivers left and 1 right of Tegan Kazel in the gun. He fakes the give to Doherty, bounces off tackle left side 20 into the red zone to the 16-yard line goes Tegan Kazel. Gain of 7 and a 1st down for the Bulldogs.
You know, Elijah doesn't have a lot of yards here, but I don't know if you can get an assist because he keeps they keep faking to him to open up other things. And so because they're taking him away, they can't take away everything. That's why Connor gets the long run. That's why Bo gets runs. Tegan gets a run. So those are good things.
1st down and 10. Bulldogs are back in the red zone right away at the Crusaders 16. Kazel throws the screen left side. Fafita makes the first man miss, makes the second man miss. Left numbers to the 10, and he's brought down at the 11. A gain of 5 for Sione Fafita, and it's 2nd and 5.
He just tough to tackle. He's long and lanky out there, and he's shifty. Connor Jalis goes and makes just enough of a block to get a 2nd and 5 at the 11-yard line. Here we go.
Bulldogs with 2 in the backfield. Kazel in the gun, gives it to Doherty right side. He gets a big hit in the pile. Across the 10 to the 7-yard line. A pickup of 4. That far lines judge maybe gave him the 6.
What a run.
And it's going to be 3rd down and 1. 3rd down and 1 to the 7-yard line. Bulldogs will have a great chance to move the chains once again.
Carson and Alex coming in. We're going to I bet we see another Elijah Doherty. If we don't see Elijah, we're going to see Teagan around the end.
Kazel under center, 3rd and 1. Gives it to Doherty straight up the middle. First down and more across the middle into the end zone for a Bulldog touchdown. 7 yards for Elijah Doherty. It's his first score of 2022. And the Bulldogs do score first in the second half. It's 20-0.
That was perfect. Perfect drive. Perfect ending. Getting Elijah one. He's a workhorse, and he's been bottled up for the first 6 quarters and finally had a little bit of a crease. It was good to see him get in there, and that's exactly how you wanted to come out in the second half.
Giovanni Kabongo with a point after try. Kazel's spot. Oh, that kick almost got blocked, but it is through the uprights and good. It is a 7-yard run from Elijah Doherty, and the Bulldogs lead 21-0 with 9:57 to go in quarter number 3. We're back after this short break. You're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
Score big with the Sitzman Real Estate Team. Hometown realtors Shane, Peggy, Lance, and Patty are cheering the Lamar's Bulldogs and Galen Jays on to a victory. Buying or selling, call the Sitzman Real Estate Team today at 546-7881.
Who has time to sit and wait and wait and wait to wash your car? Choose Easy Clean Car Wash. We'll have you in and out in under 4 minutes with a shine that will make people talk. Easy Clean Car Wash, making it easy. Just east of Hy-Vee on 12th Street, Lamar's.
This is Carson Ott, and you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
We welcome you back to Memorial Field here on the week 2 of the high school football season. Daniel Versteg with Gabe Davis. 9:57 to go in quarter number 3. The Bulldogs scoring from 21 yards out. Elijah Doherty, the 7-yard touchdown run. And the Bulldogs finish off a 7-play, 80-yard drive in 2 minutes and 3 seconds. Not bad to start the second half. The Bulldogs do get 2 scores for the price of 1, and they lead 21-0. Here to start the third. Giovanni Kabongo sends that high right-footed kick deep into the night sky, and fielding it in the end zone is Sir Brandon Watts for a touchback. Crusaders will start at their own 20-yard line.
Yeah, that was a great kick. That was a great drive. Finally had that explosive play. Had one early to start the game in the pass game. Now you had that long run. Teagan was out there on the option, actually as a blocker, and Connor cut it back right where he needed to and got a few more yards, and they just continued pounding, getting Elijah into the end zone. Was perfect.
Well, now Bishop Heelan will see what adjustments they made to start the second half, and boy, you got to feel kind of like you're in a bad spot here if you're the Crusaders right now, down 3 scores. Quinn Olson in the gun, takes the chest-high snap, looks left, throws right, a little bubble screen out on the right side, and nowhere to go. Stop made at the 20-yard line. That was George Sabanos on the reception. It'll be 2nd down and 10 after the no gain.
Yeah, he tried to flip his feet left just to fake and come back to the right, and Bulldogs didn't take that action. Everybody did their job, and Elijah and Bo and a bunch of other ones rallied to that one just where you needed to, and 2nd and 10, not where you want to be if you're the Crusaders, exactly where you want to be if you're the Bulldogs.
Yeah, right now it is tough going for the Crusaders offensively, and we like to hear that. Bulldogs trying to shut them down again. 2nd and 10 for the Crusaders. Quinn Olson in the gun. 2 left, 1 right. He takes a snap and gives it around the right side. Isaiah Favors stays on his feet and keeps moving the pile across the 25 to the 27-yard line. Somehow picked up 7 yards off of that. It'll be 3rd down and 3.
That probably the toughest run they've had, and good strong yards out of their running back. I think we had him wrapped up just for a gain of maybe 2 or 3, but he just kept carrying people. He's going to keep fighting. This is a big 3rd down. Bulldogs can really, impose themselves, for lack of better words, on the Crusaders right here if they can get this stop.
Yeah, this is a true exclamation point stop if they can get it. 3rd down and 3. Crusaders at their own 27. Quinn Olson in the gun. Favors in the backfield. They give it to Favors. Right side. And Elijah Doherty says no way at the 25-yard line. It's a loss of 2. It'll be 4th down and 5. And the Crusaders go 3 and out again.
Elijah read that perfect. And Coach Van Arloo seemed like he almost knew what was coming, called that blitz, and Elijah was there to jump right on it.
So now a punting situation again for George Sabanos. I'm just counting it up. This is going to be their 7th punt of the contest. Sabanos takes the snap, gets it away. High right-footed punt, and coming up to field that one is Bo Wadley. Takes it 40, 45, trying to get to the right sideline. Flag is called.
No, that's not a block.
Another flag across the 45 into Crusader territory, the 43, and going down finally is Bo Wadley. We're going to get multiple flags here on the Bulldogs. And so this one probably will come back as Wadley got all the way to the Crusader 43, but that's not going to be the spots.
No. Yeah, Nolan Cass, I was trying to tell him, don't make that block, and he really did pull up. The guy still threw the flag down here. I'm not quite sure. It could have been worse. Let's just say 10 years ago, that guy probably isn't feeling near as good as he is now. Nolan did kind of pull up. He played it smart. They still flagged him for it. I'm assuming we're going to get a holdover on the other side, too. Either way, it's Lamar's ball.
Yep. And now you get a longer field potentially. Obviously, you want a shorter field, get the ball into the end zone. But a longer field, you can milk some clock. You can give yourselves a chance to really run it back. Got a block in the back called on the Bulldogs, so that'll be 10 yards. No, that one's declined. And the hold will be accepted. The hold was further back, so that makes sense. Yeah, the Bulldogs will have first down and 10 from their own 37 to start this drive.
So Nolan was a block. They called that block in the back.
Yep.
Huh. Interesting.
Well, the Crusaders will take the 10 yards, the further back 10 yards anyway. Yeah, the block in the back was about the 50-yard line. Hold was back at the 47, so it's 3 yards, but yeah, you'll take that any day if you're the Crusaders. First down and 10, Lamar's. Kazel in the gun. Fakes the give. Doherty broken play. Tried to pitch it out. Ball is on the turf, and Bishop Heelan's got it. George Sabanos picks up the fumbled pitch on a busted play that started with a fumbled snap, and the Crusaders will have first and 10 at the Crusader 30, or the Bulldog 30.
Yeah, that's a play where the snap, for whatever reason, didn't get handled correctly. So the first part of the play, the read didn't get handled correctly, and then I think Teagan just tried to do a little bit too much, a quarterback there, trying to make a play. Connor was out there, but as he got hit, it wasn't going to work. So that's not what you wanted, and that's probably about as bad as it gets right there. You have a penalty to push you back, and then they get the ball right away.
Yeah, and now the Crusaders, they have some life in the Bulldog 30-yard line. Great field position as Quinn Olson lines up in the gun. Play action, pass left side. It's caught by Sir Brandon Watts up the left numbers. Across the 25 to the 21. They gave him the 20, and it'll be a first down for the Crusaders getting into the red zone.
And this is that quick play, or that quick passing stuff that they're probably going to have to kind of go to here, needing 3 scores. Haven't really moved the ball. Running the ball hasn't been very effective. So expect some quick stuff. Maybe Lamar's can jump one and make some good plays here.
7:10 to go in the third quarter. 21-0 Bulldogs here in week 2 of the high school football season. Bulldogs looking to make it 4 in a row against the Crusaders over the last 4 seasons. As Olson, 3-step drop out of the gun, steps up in a collapsing pocket. He evades one tackler, gets back to the line of scrimmage, and is stood up for no gain. They rule him down of forward progress. They met him at the line. No gain will bring up 2nd and 10.
Carson was working like crazy to get around that right side of the offensive line and got a hand on him, but couldn't quite wrangle him down. If he would have got a full shoe, there's no way he's getting out of that one.
No, 100%. It would have been a maybe 5-yard loss at that point, and it would have changed maybe the outlook of the drive right away. But instead, the Crusaders salvaged that set of downs by gaining nothing. Sounds a little silly to say that, but yeah, you're still within the chains rather than behind them. 2nd and 10. Bulldog 20. 2 left, 2 right. Olson out of the gun, throws left side. That one's caught outside the left numbers to the 15 and brought down to the 13-yard line is Carson McInerney. It's a gain of 6 yards to the 14. It'll be 3rd down and 4.
You have to think Heelan's thinking 4 downs. They haven't been down here yet, and so when they do, they have to take advantage of it. Lamar's defense did a great job last week in some key situations, bending, not breaking, having a turnover and not letting it cost them.
Yeah, George
have to bow here.
Yeah, George Sabanos did make a field goal last week, but getting 3 does nothing for you here if you're Bishop Heelan.
Yep.
You need 6. So 3rd down and 4 for the Crusaders. Bulldog 14-yard line, 2 receivers on either side. Quinn Olson, play action, throws the out route right side, got batted away at the last second by Bo Wadley, looking for Miles Wager on the outside. It's going to be 4th and 4 after the incompletion.
Bo gets that we're celebrating in the end zone
100%.
because there is nobody that's going to catch him, I don't think.
Yeah, he had green turf for days going all the way the other side, but he was, honestly, I think he might have been feeling a little lucky to get to that football in the first place. Wager had him beat on the out route initially, but that ball didn't quite get there quickly.
Yep.
Now it's 4th and 4. Bulldog 14-yard line. Olsen by himself in the gun. 5 receivers with 3 to his right. Olsen motions receiver left to right. They try the end around. Isaiah Favors looking to the corner, and a stop in the open field by Bo Wadley. Who else? No gain. It'll be turnover on downs for the Crusaders. Bulldogs take over at their own 15.
2 great plays by Bo Wadley there. Almost intercepted. He doesn't feel bad about it. That's just not how Bo plays. He just bounced back next play. They're going to run at me. I'm going to take it as a challenge.
Going to get a timeout before the Bulldogs take over again. 1st and 10 for the Mars upcoming after they force the Crusaders to turn it over on down. 6:02 left in the third quarter. 21-0 Bulldogs back after this timeout here on KLEM.
Floyd Valley Therapies. Whether you have experienced an injury, accident, had surgery, or are dealing with chronic pain, we are here to offer personalized care to every patient every time. Learn more about our extensive services at floydvalley.org.
Young and old alike enjoy the competition of high school sports. Some participate, some watch, and some remember how it was. It's only a game, but it offers great life lessons and memories that last a lifetime. A few thoughts from Dan and Lori Rexwinkle of Rexwinkle Funeral Homes in Lamars and Akron.
It takes a strong body and a strong mind to make you an athlete. So train hard and play smart. Play with confidence and always expect the unexpected. This message was brought to you by Van Sanitation and Recycling, proud supporters of local athletics.
This is Ken Vigdal, head football coach of the Lamars football team. You're listening to Bulldog Football on 1410 AM, 96.9 FM Clem.
We welcome you back here to Memorial Field on the press box, bringing you this contest. Daniel Versteg alongside Gabe Davis. 6:02 to go in the third quarter. Bulldogs up 21-0, taking the ball over on downs, and the give up the middle goes to Elijah Doherty. He gets maybe a yard to the 16. It'll be 2nd down and 9 for the Dogs. Nothing doing on that carry again. Elijah Doherty has just been taken out of the offense here for the Bulldogs tonight. And well, he had enough yards last season, and he had a huge impact last year. You know, he's kind of in an interesting spot as one of really the only guys who saw really sizable playing time in 2020 under Coach Tardivi, and now he's been the feature back all the last couple of years with Coach Vigdal on the Bulldogs. 2nd down and 9 here for Lamars as the end around goes around the right side. It's Bo Wadley trying to turn the corner, get the block. He's breaking tackles across the 20, fighting his way more to the 23-yard line. It's a gain of 7 on the end around, and it's going to be 3rd down and 2 for the Bulldogs.
Bo just plays, Matt. I don't like that, though.
Oh, no, he's slow to get up. Yeah, Bo Wadley, last player down on the field.
Cramp.
Okay,
I'm
hoping so too. Yeah, you got. I think it's Evan Jalis maybe.
That's Drew.
Oh, it's Drew Gallus. Yeah.
Drew Gallus.
Yeah, he's holding up that foot. Yeah, they are stretching out the legs, so it looks bad when he's writhing around down there, and obviously the cramp initial pain. Yeah, that is not fun. But if it is just a cramp, boy, that is okay with me. As you talked about Evan Jalis playing mad out there. I mean, he's just hitting the tackler and fighting harder. I mean, that's a guy that you want carrying the football more often than not.
Yeah, when Bo gets the ball, I mean, he attacks everything. And last week he actually took out one of the benches on the sideline. He was going so hard, bench was on his head when he stood up. He just walked back out on the field. I mean, he's just a competitor. He's different in that way, and it's a good thing. Just got to keep him hydrated, and looks like we got some cramps there. Nothing major, hopefully.
Yeah.
But, man, do those hurt.
Yeah.
It's been hot the last 2 or 3 days, and really during camp, I can't imagine they had a lot of these type of days. I think they went 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, so beat some of that heat early. So we haven't had a lot of them. So this has been a little bit of a difference, and really you don't hydrate the day of. You end up hydrating 2 or 3 days beforehand, and you can tell high school kids that, even college kids sometimes, that as much as you want, and they don't always listen, believe it or not.
No, it's funny. They don't want to listen to those stuffy old coaches who don't know anything. But, yeah, I mean, it's really, yeah, you say hydrate, and, yeah, hydrating now can help a little bit. But, yeah, it starts Monday. It starts Tuesday.
Absolutely.
You got to get the fluids in, especially when you know, look at the forecast, it's going to be 90 degrees day of the game. This broadcast of Bulldog football here on KLEM Radio is brought to you by great sponsors like Iowa State Bank, Advance Eye Healthcare, Easy Clean Car Wash, CNOS, as well as Galen Catholic School, Prime Bank, Orange City Ace Hardware, Northwest Bank, Floyd Valley Healthcare. Let's go along with Klein Insulation, Premier Communication, Murphy Collins and McGill PLC, Sitzman Real Estate Team, Cruz and Cruz Accounting, Connected Electric South, and Williams and Company. They've got Bo Wadley up on his legs, and they'll help him get off the field. And hopefully we can see him later on. He's not putting any weight on that leg, really, which is not a good sign. Of course, that it could be. I mean, they were stretching him out, so that's what we were basing the cramp off of. And we know cramps can either be just a quick stinger, or they can twist your muscles in such a way that you are just unable to feel your leg for about a good couple of minutes, it feels like.
Yeah, and sometimes when you get severe ones like that, as soon as you put any pressure on it and lock that muscle up, it just goes again.
Yeah.
So they probably told him, let's get him to the sidelines.
Yeah.
We're stretched out enough that he's not in so much pain, and let this game continue on, and hopefully we see Bo back tonight.
3rd down and 2 after they got Wadley off to the sideline. Tegan Kazel's going to keep it up the middle in between the hashes. He's got a first down to the 26, gain of 3. And the Bulldogs will move the chains. And this is the drive you want. You just want to keep the short yardage and keep the chains moving.
Yeah, Tegan's done a good job of knowing the sticks, getting what he needed to. And actually all the running backs have. We've had a couple where we're right at the sticks, and that's you get what you can, make sure you get the first down, and then move on to the next play.
1st and 10, Bulldog 26-yard line as the screen pass goes out to the left side. Fafita makes the first, makes the second man miss in between the hashes across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Gain of 7 for Sione Fafita on the screen. Going to bring up 2nd and 3.
That was close. I thought maybe he was going to cut back one more, and he was going to be off to the races. We know he can run. Here they go. Going quick.
Yeah, 2nd down and 3 here. Bulldog 33-yard line, 4 receivers, 2 on either side of Kazel in the gun. The give goes to Doherty. Right side flag comes in the pile across the 36 to the 37. Gain of 4, but we'll await what the laundry will be for.
It's got to be a hold. I just don't know how you can hold that fast.
Yeah, I would think so too. And in a pile like that, it is holding, yeah. So 10 yards back from the 35 is going to bring him back to the 25. It's going to set up, I think, 2nd and 11 here. You know, my other thing, too, is when you get a huge pile on an inside run like that, isn't everybody holding?
Absolutely.
I mean, like.
They're holding on every play. It's just a matter of getting caught or not. And you know, Dylan's I think they called it on Dylan Walking Eagle, number 71 there. And so he's a long athlete, and so if you get those arms extended, that's when you get caught. You got to keep them tight if you're going to try to get away with one.
Yeah, it's 6'6". It's hard to hide. Here's the deep ball on 2nd and 11 for Fafita. Cross
pass
midfield. The corner got to Fafita before he got the football. Contact will be a pass interference, and the Bulldogs will get 1st and 15. They were looking for the go route for Fafita. The pass was short, and when Fafita came back to the football, he ran into the safety, Andrew Uhl, and this one's going to get the Bulldogs a first down.
Yeah, and that's new football.
Yes.
I mean, it really is. You throw the deep ball. It used to be you throw it out there and let your guy go get it. Now it's you throw it up there, and you'll take the 15 if they don't get it.
And it feels like if you're a Crusader fan, you're going to see, well, they're just bailing them out for a bad throw. And if you're a Bulldog fan, you're going to say, well, yeah, Sione couldn't get to the football. It can't be a bad it looks like a bad throw because he couldn't get back to it. So, yeah, it's just one of those kind of lose-lose situations for our officials. 1st and 10 of the 40. Here's Kazel faking the give to Doherty as the option pitch left side. Does get it out to Connor Jalis, but a great open field tackle out there on the edge by Raiden Neal, the safety. The loss of 1 back to the 39 brings up 2nd and 11.
Yeah, short side there as far as the field goes, and Tegan held on to it as long as he could, and they just made a good play. Both teams are playing out there. They know it's 21-0. They know their backs are against the wall, and they need to stop.
3:08 to go here in the 3rd quarter. 21-0 in favor of the Bulldogs here in week 2 of the high school football season, trying to go up to a 2-0 record, see if they can get to the top 10. Second down and 11. Kazel drops to throw, has some pressure from his blind side, rolling right, throws it, got it to Connor Jalis open across midfield. First down and more to Crusader territory, 45-40 and out of bounds in Bishop Heelan territory. What a great job by Kazel. He throws for 21 yards to Connor Jalis and a first down for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, I'm probably cutting in on some of your stuff here. Sometimes I talk a little bit. I've known Tegan for a long time, so I was trying to tell him, hey, watch behind you, because that guy was coming on pretty strong. We didn't want it. But it was a great job of extending that, and Connor just wrapped in the middle and worked his way. It's a great scramble drill. Did a great job of getting open there.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what headset your coaches have. You still yell at your players. Here's Kazel throwing the short pass complete to Fafita. Got by his defensive back across the 30, and he's tackled down to the 20-yard line. A gain of 20 on that short hitch to Sione Fafita. It'll be 1st and 10, but now Fafita is slow to get up. Well, Fafita got around his initial would-be tackler, and he just turned on the jets. At that point, he showed his speed. He's a little limpy coming up after that play, but he is able to walk off the field under his own power, which is good to see. 2:40 to go here in the third quarter. Bulldogs up 21-0 on Bishop Heelan.
You can see the confidence Tegan's playing with right now. This is a totally different quarterback than we saw last week. A little antsy, but he's completed those passes. He's had a long touchdown throw. He's had some rollouts that have worked well for him. You can tell he's just becoming more comfortable behind. And the men up front are doing a great job helping him give a little bit more time, too.
Boy, it's amazing what one game will do for a quarterback's confidence. Here's Kazel, 4 receivers, play action, screen pass goes left side. This is Andrew Fafita, left numbers to the 15, taken outside the numbers to the 12, far sideline. A gain of 8 on the screen to Andrew Fafita, and it's going to be 2nd down and 2.
Just get rid of one and put the other one in there. I bet Heelan's just frustrated with that situation. They look about the same.
Right.
Andrew might be a little bit taller, but
an inch taller.
An inch, yeah.
And 15 pounds lighter. That's about it. Yeah, not much.
And I'll tell you, he's not as fast. He might argue, but
here's 2nd and 2. Kazel pump fakes, rolls out to his right. He's being chased toward the sideline. Now he's trying to come back all the way to the left side. He's getting a block, throws downfield. It's caught by Andrew Fafita across the 10 to the 7. Oh, man, it's the most exciting 4-yard gain you're going to see, and the Bulldogs have 1st and goal at the 8.
You know, that's a situation where the lineman did a great job. They gave him time. He rolls to his right, nothing there, and they didn't get downfield. They also didn't come back and try to waylay someone as everybody's moving around. That could have gone a different way. Bulldogs first and goal, looking to maybe nail this one.
I would hope so. 4 scores, especially this late in the third, would be huge. Kazel under center. Split backs in the backfield on 1st and goal. Gives it around the left side. That's Connor Jalis to the 5. Gets to the pylon, and he's into the end zone for a Bulldog touchdown. Connor Jalis with his first score of the night. And the Bulldogs lead 27-0 with 1:08 to go in the third quarter.
What a run. What a run. And the lead blockers that were out there, I think Elijah Doherty was out there leading the way. Great job up front, and I think they've kind of maybe broken the spirit of some of the Crusaders right now.
Yeah, 4-score game, a long drive, took almost 5 minutes off the clock. Here's the point after try by Kabongo. It's a high one, and it does get inside the left upright, and it's good. Our score, 28-0 in favor of Lamar's with 1:08 to go in the third quarter. Back after this, more Bulldog football coming your way next here on KLEM.
Get a special loan rate from Northwest Bank. Take a vacation, buy a car, or consolidate debt. Use the equity in your home for what you want. Northwest Bank's home equity line of credit special of 4.99% annual percentage rate fixed for 18 months. Then variable rate thereafter. Currently 5% APR. This offer is available for a limited time to qualified borrowers. Stop in or call 800-678-4105 for details about credit costs and terms. Apply online at nw.bank. Equal housing lender. Member FDIC.
Commitment you can bank on.
Prime Bank is pleased to support educational opportunities at Galen Catholic and Lamar's community. We're proud to support our students in the classroom, on the playing field, in the band room, on stage, or in any extracurricular activity. Prime Bank works hard to help all of our children excel in their endeavors.
Member FDIC. Make sure your life runs smoothly with an upgraded internet package from Premier Communications, connecting you with the internet speed and television access package that best fits your wants and needs. Premier Communications is happy to support our area coaches, athletes, and the parents who support them. Have a great season.
This is Elijah Doherty, and you are listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
We welcome you back to Memorial Field here in Sioux City. Daniel Versteg alongside Gabe Davis. Bulldogs with a long drive getting into the end zone. And they lead 28-0 on Bishop Heelan as Giovanni Kabongo sends that one to the 5-yard line where it is taken out by Sir Brandon Watts to the left sideline, 15-20, left numbers 25, and he's running out of bounds near side of the field of the 28-yard line. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Crusaders at the 28. You wanted a hold out there. I don't think we're going to get one.
No, we're not going to. And I thought Trent Marino got kind of spiked in the back there too. But, I'm probably a little biased.
Just a little biased. Yeah, you got those red-colored glasses on. And they work for whatever team you're following.
Yep. I'm going to admit I am biased, and I probably always will be.
And that's all right. We're on Lamar's radio. We don't have to be neutral here. Here's 1st down and 10 for the Crusaders. Ball spotted at their own 29-yard line as Bishop Heelan down 28-0. Minute to go here in the 3rd quarter. Give around the left side. It's Isaiah Favors across the left numbers, 37-yard line. A flag comes out late after the 8-yard carry by Favors. We'll see what this one's about. I don't like that it's at the spot of the tackle. That never is a good sign for the defense.
It's got to be a hold.
I don't
think that's what he's calling, but it's got to be a hold.
We'll see what Dwayne Johnson has for us. Hits a face mask. My goodness.
They must have got an email that said this is a point of emphasis this week or something. Because
we've seen a lot of it, yeah.
I mean, sometimes it's just going to get hit as long as it's not grabbed. But you know what? I should apologize already. It's not an easy job out here. They take a lot of heat. There's not enough of them. So he's trying to watch, and he's doing his best to keep everybody safe. But, yeah, but we don't always agree with them.
Exactly.
That is the way it goes.
We see things differently.
Yep.
And they do a great job. I mean, this officiating crew, I saw them last week with a North and South Sioux contest. They do a great job. Here's 1st down and 10 to the 42-yard line. Rolling out right and all kinds of trouble. Quinn Olson is going down for a sack at the 35-yard line. Carson Ott was in there, and Alex Allen got in on the fun as well. A loss of 7 of the 35 brings up 2nd and 17.
Might even have been Bartman in there. Couple of the big guys in there. Once Carson gets his hands on you, like I said, he is so strong.
Yes,
you're just not going to get away.
No, he made a great time against Sergeant Bluff Luton last week, and that sack is going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter. Our score, Lamar's 28, Bishop Heelan 0. Bulldogs standing strong here in week 2 of the high school football season. We'll take a break and be back with quarter number 4 after this on KLEM Lamar's.
Being on the winning team in Northwest Iowa for over 130 years, Iowa State Bank is a proud supporter of all our area high school sports teams.
Iowa State Bank, we're ready for you.
Who has time to sit and wait to wash your car? Head on over to Easy Clean Car Wash. With Easy Clean's state-of-the-art technology, you'll be in and out in just minutes with a shine that'll make people talk. Washes start at just $7, or you can buy a gift card where you receive the 6th wash free. Or how about washing it every day with an annual pass? Satisfaction is guaranteed at Easy Clean Car Wash, just east of Hy-Vee on 12th Street in Lamar's. That's Easy Clean Car Wash, making it easy.
Hi, this is Julie Hurt with Century 21 ProLink in Lamar's, your local real estate expert dedicated to results. Whether buying or selling a home, call me, Julie Hurt, with Century 21 ProLink in Lamar's at 540-7757. That's 540-7757.
This is Tegan Kazel, and you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
We welcome you back to Memorial Field in Sioux City. Daniel Versteg alongside Gabe Davis. As we bring you quarter number 4 of this high school football matchup. The Bulldogs out in front of Bishop Heelan by a score of 28-0. Bishop Heelan has right now 2nd down and 17, spotted at their own 35 thanks to a big sack in the backfield by a couple of Bulldogs. Lamar's getting a couple of touchdowns here in quarter number 3, or already here in the second half. And they have a big lead. Rolling out right, Quinn Olson on the first play of the fourth quarter. Chucks it deep over the right sideline. That ball batted away and incomplete. In and out of the hands of Trent Marino on the right sideline, looking for Sir Brandon Watts. And the incompletion brings up 3rd and 17.
Yeah, Trent just got into the game. He plays some special teams. A senior that, he's put in some time, and now he's getting some opportunities out there. Maybe with some injuries, but also, this is a great time to get some of those guys some reps to build for the future. And this season's a long season. It's a physical sport. So anytime you can get live reps, because it's just not the same going against the underclassmen in practice.
Well, and how do you get more comfortable out there until you do the live reps, and you can then rely on them in bigger scenarios.
Absolutely, and he ran perfectly with that.
3rd down and 17. Motioning the receiver right to left. Give goes to Isaiah Favors out of the backfield, out of the gun, and he gets maybe a yard to the 36-yard line in between the hashes with that carry. Going to bring a 4th down and 16 here for Bishop Heelan.
Another great job. Trent did another great job of just staying in his lane and making them come to him. He stayed outside, kept contained, and allowed the inside linebackers to clean up and do what they needed to do.
So 4th down and 16 to go here for Bishop Heelan at the 36-yard line. George Sabanos is back to kick this one away. And
Connor for Bo.
Connor's going back out there to return, but we are going to have to call a timeout.
Timeout White.
It is a Bulldog timeout. We'll take one as well. Back after this. Bulldogs up 28-0 here early in the 4th quarter. We're back after this on KLEM.
Since 1932, Tenninger Insurance has been providing the area with dependable insurance coverage. A.J. Tenninger continues the tradition as an independent insurance agent dedicated to serving you. Tenninger Insurance, Plymouth Street, Lamars. Galen Catholic School, excellence in education, leadership through Christ. For information, check their website at galencatholic.org.
This is Bo Wadley, and you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
We welcome you back to Memorial Field here in Sioux City. Daniel Versteg alongside Gabe Davis as we bring you high school football, week 2 of the high school football season. It's a 28-0 Bulldog advantage early on in quarter number 4, 11:15 to be exact left in this ball game. Boy, the Crusaders have 4th down and 16. George Sabanos kicked this one away. His snap bounces to him. He's still able to field it cleanly and gets the end-over-end kickoff. This one fielded at the 33-yard line. Connor Jalis called fair catch at the 34-yard line, and it'll be 1st down and 10 for the Bulldogs there.
That was weird.
That was weird. I thought we were going to be on one of those players not paying attention compilations or something like that. I didn't see Connor call a fair catch, but that doesn't mean anything either.
I was watching the snap because it got a little shaky back there, so I was watching back there, and he must have, but then I think he almost got a little confused on whether or not he did. So,
well, did they notice that I called a fair catch? Maybe I guess that would have been the next question for him. Nobody blew the whistle right away.
Different formation here with Sione in the backfield. This is the one he scored on when he went up the middle last time.
Yeah, that's off the left hip there of Tegan Kazel. We'll see how they utilize him. They motion him out of there to the tight end slot on the left side. Kazel by himself with the gun, drops to throw, pass over the middle, and Fafita makes the catch up the seam across the 45 to the 49-yard line. It's a gain of 15 and a 1st down for the Bulldogs.
They played deep on that, and Tegan fired that one into Mr. Fafita, and it worked out pretty well. Another 1st down right up near the 50-yard line. They're going to go quick here.
And I've got 113 yards unofficially receiving for Sione Fafita tonight. 1st down and 10 for the Bulldogs at the 48. Screen pass left side, in and out of the hands of Carson Ott. They rule it incomplete. Thank goodness Crusaders are right there for him. It's going to be 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, Carson's big and strong. I couldn't quite handle that one, though.
Right.
I mean, he did have a couple big catches last week, but that's not his forte. He's a physical player. He's capable, but Tegan might have had a little bit more heat on that one than Carson was ready for.
2nd down and 10 for the 48-yard line. Bulldogs like to put the final nail on the coffin. They've already had a couple here tonight. This screen pass lobbed out to Elijah Doherty is ruled incomplete. A forward pass. He kind of lobbed it up there and allowed Sabanos the chance to get there, make some contact with the Doherty back there. Incomplete. They'll bring up 3rd and 10.
Yeah, that was an interesting decision there to go up over everyone. It looked more like a screen than probably what it was supposed to. And Elijah did a good job of just bringing it down and getting it to the ground. No harm, no foul. 3rd down and 10.
From the 48-yard line of the Bulldogs, 2 receivers left, 1 right of Kazel. Fakes the give Doherty, keeps it around the left side, gets wrapped up, stood up, and then pile drift back at the 45-yard line. Cannon Bork on the stop. Going to be a loss of 3 yards. Going to set up 4th and 13, and the Bulldogs will punt it.
Cannon Bork's down, and he's grabbing his cap. Yeah, the heat.
Man.
The heat from earlier tonight, I think, is getting to everybody here.
Yeah, it was hot tonight, 90 degrees. Normally, you're used to that rearing its head in week 1. But, man, in week 2, you kind of hope you get a little bit of break with maybe a 70-degree night or, even low 80s or something. But, yeah, we've had a warm one early on today. It's cooled off nicely. It's a gorgeous night. Yeah. The heat from earlier still lingering around. 10:24 to go. Here in regulation, Bulldogs up 28-0. Do want to remind you, coming up on KLEM Radio tomorrow morning, we'll have the KLEM Coaches Corner. Ken Vigdahl will join us early on in the 8 o'clock hour. We'll get him on at about 8:10 or so. And then coming up at about 8:30 or so tomorrow morning, Jeremy Schindler, head coach of Galen Catholic Football, will join us. The Jays currently trailing Hartley Melvin Sanborn 37-21. That last score update coming at the end of the 3rd quarter. Boy, it's going to be one thing to look at that if you're a Galen Catholic fan and say, man, it stinks we're losing that contest. Are we going to be really that good? Trust me, the Jays are going to be just fine. Hartley Melvin Sanborn is an outstanding football team. When you have a fellow like Cooper Ebel leading your team out there, yeah, that's going to be a juggernaut to try and go up against. So this was going to be a tall task for the Jays no matter what. They will have some more wins coming up in their future. I have no doubt about that. It's going to be Sione Fafita to punt this one away after they get Cannon Bork off of the field. Good rush by the Crusaders. It's Andrew Fafita, on that punt. It bounces up the right sideline and gets out of bounds of the Crusader.
Oh, that's a penalty.
31. Yes. We have a late hit. We did. A late hit flag. They hit Chase Peterson after the play had kind of died down. He was a defenseless player. So that's going to tack on more to the punt.
Yeah, there's no place for that. And I thought I saw it in the previous punt, maybe some frustrations from a Heelan team that's struggled a little bit this year. But, yeah, there's no place for that. He didn't go all out. He did use his hands a little bit, but you still can't do that. That's not okay.
Player after the play was dead, and he's not paying attention anymore, and nobody's really paying attention.
Ball was well out of bounds by the time he got to him.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness.
Yep, unnecessary roughness. 15 yards tacked on to the spot where it went out of bounds of the 31. So that's going to back things up to the 16-yard line of Bishop Heelan. So the Crusaders, once again, they stick themselves with a tough spot. 10:09 to go in the game.
Should go to the 16, right? 15-yard penalty. They're going to mark it back to 10.
Oh, yeah, they only got to the 21. Where's the other 5 yards?
After the penalty, 1st down and 10.
Okay, the very rare 11-yard penalty.
I don't know what that was, but we'll roll with it, I guess.
We'll roll with it. I mean, yeah, thank goodness it's a 4-score game, and it's not going to matter. But, yeah, an 11-yard penalty. Well, whatever. 1st and 10 here at the 20. Rolling out right is Quinn Olson. He pump fakes.
Carson.
He's being chased, and he has to just chuck that one to the Crusaders sideline. Incomplete. Will bring up 2nd and 10.
Carson did a great job. He actually got sealed by the running back, which is a great job by their running back, but Carson just doesn't quit. And he's so physical and so strong. He fought through 2 blocks and then forced an errant throw that he just had to throw out of bounds.
So 2nd down and 10 is upcoming for the Bulldogs. Do want to remind you we're going to have both Lamar's game Thursday night next week and Galen Catholic's game Friday night. An interesting opportunity. We'll bring you both football games in week 3 next week.
Got some subs in there. Looks like Keegan Kaiser down there.
Good.
You always like to hear those guys getting some reps tonight. 10 minutes left. Still plenty of time, so good reps out there for these young guys.
2nd and 10. Here's the give. Right side, Isaiah Favors trying to cut back toward the seam. He gets to the 23, and then a flag comes in behind the play from our white hat. The carry gets to the 24. It's going to be a gain of 4, but got a 15-yard face mask. That's what, 6 face mask penalties here tonight?
Yeah, that's been quite a bit. Wow. That's going to be something that I guarantee Coach Vigdahl and the staff is going to have to hone in on. Going to have to be more on balance, because those happen when you're juked and you're off balance and you're leaning one way and you just reach. You can't reach your hands and be a good tackler.
Right.
And it's going to be something they're going to have to change. We might not agree with every single one of them, but if they're seeing it, it's close enough to call, and it's going to be that way. So they've got to do a better job of that.
1st and 10 now for the Crusaders after the face mask at the 39. Play action, pass left side, gets to the left sideline. 45, Sir Brandon Watts stayed in bounds somehow, put the spin cycle on, and he's across midfield to the Bulldog 46-yard line. What an athletic play from Sir Brandon Watts. He gets 15 and a Crusader first down.
Yeah, he just refused to go down there. Again, balance as you're tackling. Go flying by. Everybody has to break down. Some of these guys it might be their first few game reps that they've taken, so everybody needs to settle in here, and nothing's more exciting than shutting a team out. So I guarantee all of the white jerseys are looking for that.
1st down and 10 at the Bulldog 46. Crusaders are back in Bulldog territory for the first time in a while. Quinn Olson, a 5-step drop, facing all kinds of pressure. Rolls to his right, still has time, throws down the right seam, and it gets batted away by Andrew Fafita. He came out of nowhere to swat that football away from Sir Brandon Watts down inside the red zone, and it's going to be 2nd down and 10.
He just kind of sat over the guy that he was guarding and watched the eyes and did a great job. Mark Moulton, Markevius was in there, and Alex Allen looked like he was forcing from the backside, so a lot of pressure there. They've really been tough on Quinn Olson tonight. They really have. Aside from his couple long runs there in the first quarter, he's been kind of held in check and been running around quite a bit.
And that passing game has gone nowhere. I've got them for 47 yards unofficially through the air all game. Here's 2nd and 10 for the Crusaders. Bulldog 46. Play action, short out route. That's complete right side to McInerney. Inside the right numbers, 40 to the 39, and he's stood up there. Stopped the forward progress. Gain of 7. Going to be 3rd and 3.
Good job of wrapping up there.
Brought down by number 23.
23, Evan Jalis?
Evan Pratt.
Evan Pratt, excuse me.
Yeah, good to see Evan Pratt out there as well.
Cole Carpenter playing some linebacker.
Yeah, and I love looking to the second level of my depth chart here and seeing all these guys get out there. Here's 3rd down and 3. We got a flag before the snap.
Assuming we got some motion.
A little bit.
Flag of the play.
The flinch potentially.
He emphatically threw that one.
Yes, he did. And, the nice thing, too, is, you see the official who threw the flag. He's telling that right tackle there, John Halber, here's what you did, here's why I had to throw the penalty flag. And that's going to help it's going to help both teams down the line.
Yeah, and Halbern's been a defensive. He was leading them at tackles at halftime. I know we've called his name a couple more times in the second half, so sometimes you just get restless and you get a little tired.
3rd down and 8 upcoming for the Crusaders. Bulldog 44. Play action. Quick out route right side. It's complete to Delaney. And Max Delaney gets across the 40 to the 36. That's going to be a gain of 8. Going to be just shy of the marker. And it's going to set up 4th down and inches.
36, Jaden Nelson in there. He's a young sophomore getting some reps in there. Good to see him out there. I think last week I called him Noah Olson. They're both 36, but then I saw Noah at halftime. He's been in he's had his arm injury.
Yes.
So that's Jaden out there getting some reps there. Nice young sophomore athlete.
Yeah, they are both listed as number 36 on my roster as well. So it's good to see Jaden Olson out there. 4th down and less than a yard to go for the Crusaders. Bulldogs want to stand tall. Fumble on the play, and the Bulldogs dive on it. It was a bad handoff to Isaiah Favors. Lamar's community comes up with a football. They stand tall on 4th down, and the Bulldogs will have 1st and 10 of the 40.
Great job by the defense to hold there, especially with the new guys. You can't say that enough. Those reps, those things matter, and now you're going to see some offensive changes a little bit just to see how things go here.
Yes, you will, yeah. Going to get some new faces in at the quarterback position, at all the positions here.
Jude Doherty, it looks like.
Yeah, Jude Doherty will take over at the quarterback spot here for Lamar's. Going to bring in Trent Marino at the running back spot.
Cole Carpenter
is in there, yes, sir. Andrew Fafita. I think Evan Pratt's out there on the outside as well.
Chase Peterson up at the top.
There we go. 1st and 10. Here's Doherty. Gives it up the middle. It's Trent Marino. And he's got nowhere to go. Gets back to the line of scrimmage at the 40. Crusaders read that well. It'll be 2nd and 10.
You know, Jude was one that they had high hopes for last year of maybe getting some junior varsity time as a freshman, and early in the year broke his arm. I want to say first game or two he broke his arm. Same with Jaden Nelson, who was just in there on defense. So some of these guys have not had a lot of reps, and then in the 2020 season was just so screwy anyways
exactly.
that like this is some pretty new footballers out here.
100%, yeah, and a great reps they're getting here. 2nd and 10, keeper left side on the option. Jude Doherty switches hands, takes it across the 45, left sideline, out of bounds at the 46. Yeah, a little mark about the 45, even though I think he should have gotten another yard. It'll be 3rd down and 5 on the 5-yard keeper by Doherty.
They never ask us about that stuff.
No, they do. No, I really wish they would sometimes. It would really come in handy, I think we need another yard out there. Here we go, 3rd down and 5 upcoming. Bulldogs are just looking to eat the clock right now. 28-0 in favor of the Dogs. They're going to move to 2-0 on the season. And don't be surprised, Bulldog fans, if you see the Dogs crack the top 10 in the 4A rankings next week. I have a good feeling they'll be up there. We got a lot of movement on the line here before the 3rd and 5 play.
I think they jumped first. Let's see.
Yeah, well, the Bulldogs are going to move backwards, so. It's going to be a 5-yard penalty back to the 40. It's going to set up 3rd and 10.
Who else do we have in there at the line? It looks like we have Keegan Kaiser at left tackle. Yep. Asher Moss.
He's still out there.
Asher Moss at left guard.
I think Markevius Moten is in at right guard right now. And then you got Aiden Kramer at right tackle.
All right.
Lots of great new faces.
Great to see some young guys in there.
Jordy gives it up the middle.
Run.
And a good carry by Trent Marino to the 43. It's gain of 3 and 4th and 7's upcoming.
Now this is where it gets interesting because when you have those subs in there, there's still only one punt team.
Yes.
There's still only certain guys that are on these teams, so you have to make sure that you have 11. This is where, especially in the high school game, middle school game, those things that kids just lose track of it.
Right.
You say it over and over and over again. Tegan's counting out there, gives them the thumbs up. Okay, we got 11 guys. We should be good.
Here's Andrew Fafita punting it
They
away
were
on
offsides.
4th and 7. Got the kick away, right sideline, kind of a wobbler. Bounces at the Crusader 37. Gets out of bounds inside the 35-yard line. And they spot at the 32. So Bishop Heelan starts 1st and 10 from the 32. Not a bad kick. 6 minutes to go here in regulation. Bishop Heelan on top. Lamar's on top of Bishop Heelan.
Looks like Heelan has some young kids coming in here, too.
Yes, they do. Yeah, 28-0 our score. Yeah, we're going to get a ton of new faces here for the Crusaders as well tonight. Bishop Heelan, they just changing head coaches the last couple of seasons. John LaFleur, former Iowa Hawkeyes and former Crusader, of course, back here to coach his alma mater. And I hope the Crusaders are patient with him and give him time, and they'll be back to their winning ways. Give it a couple of years. Here's an end around right side. Crusaders keeping it right sideline to the 35, 36-yard line. Ben Deck on the carry. 4 yards. It's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
Great job by the young guys in there, forcing that wide. You saw Cole Carpenter come flying up there. Trent Marino, and then Jaden Nelson, all there. All your linebackers in on tackles, and that's what you want.
Yes.
You want the guys up front. Who's that? Number 60. Looks like Caleb Brewer up there, and Kaiser and Markevius, and then number 44, Owen Gregg, all up there eating up those blocks so your linebackers can run free and go make the plays.
And we're using our whole roster. It's good to see, and the Bulldogs are getting plenty of guys playing time. We're going to get a flag here before the snap.
What could possibly happen?
They didn't even get set up. Yeah, they had not gotten down on the three-point stance. Nobody had lined up in formation. Play clock was not down.
He moved the ball?
Dead ball. Illegal substitution.
Oh.
Okay. So legal substitution.
Too many men in the huddle.
Yeah, they had 2 on the out. I guess they broke the huddle with 12. Yeah, so good. That's a good catch by our umpire, actually. We're kind of, kind of wondering what in the world he was thinking, but he had the right call there. So penalty marker brings up 2nd and 11 now for the Crusaders. Yeah, even if you bring that 12th guy to the sideline, if you break the huddle with 12, you're committing a penalty. So 2nd down and 11 here for the Crusaders.
And that's again those late game mistakes that happen when you're running new bodies on and people in different places.
Yeah, it's going to be Carson Fitch in at quarterback for the Crusaders, the sophomore. We get another penalty flag. This is going to be a delay of game. So a couple of quick penalties before they can even play 2nd down. It's going to be 2nd down and 16 now for the Crusaders. 4:50 left in regulation, 28-0 in favor of the Bulldogs. Again, week 2 of the high school football season. Still non-district action for Lamar's. They'll have a couple more. East and MOC Floyd Valley. And then the district games, Storm Lake, Webster City, Denison, Schleswig, Spencer, and Fort Dodge. Now, I made a comment earlier, the non-district schedule may look a little tougher than the district schedule. That's in no way to diminish the competitiveness of this district year in and year out. As Bishop Heelan's going to have to be forced to call another timeout. They were about to run out the play clock once again. The Crusaders are in some shambles here with some new kids out there. We'll take a timeout with Bishop Heelan. Back after this, Bulldogs up 28-0. You're listening to Bulldog Football here on KLEM.
A home is a safe place to be, a roof over your head, and 4 walls to keep out the heat and cold. It's a child's laughter, a mother's song, and a father's strength. It's where we go for comfort and to share joy. It's your first school and your first church. It's where memories are shared. Hi, this is Julie Hurt, your Century 21 ProLink real estate agent. Whatever a home means to you, I am here to help you find the home you are looking for. Call 540-7757 and let me, Julie Hurt, help you make a house your new home.
This is Connor Jalis, and you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
We welcome you back here to Memorial Field in Sioux City. Daniel Versteg joined by Gabe Davis on the call. It is 28-0 in favor of Lamar's Community. 4:50 to go in the third quarter. Bishop Heelan trying to get this playoff finally on 2nd down and 16. It is Fitch bootlegging left side off the play action fake. He's looking to throw left numbers, chucks it deep down the left sideline. That ball is incomplete.
John Samir over there.
Yeah, he was trying to bring that back in play. Couldn't do it. It'll be 3rd down and 16. Would have been very impressive had he did bring it back in play.
Pressure by, I'm just going to call him number 55 because he doesn't appear to be on our roster right now. So
yeah, he does not.
Must be a young kid. Great to see him out there.
Yeah.
He did a great job of keeping contained and putting pressure on him. I'll look around the halls maybe a little bit next week, and I'll be able to tell you who he is.
There you go. Yeah, we'll get back to you on that one. Unfortunately, that just kind of happens in this scenario. Here's the end around left side.
Great job.
Keeping that is Ben Tech, but he goes nowhere. Back to the 21-yard line. It's going to be a big loss of another 4 yards.
Great job by Evan moving laterally to really cut off everything. They made him go wide, and then they just kind of stuck it to him. That was a great job, and we're going to force another punt.
Man, it has been...
This defense is
Punt City.
Good.
I mean, you can realistically make an argument that Lamar's could have pitched 2 shutouts to start the season at this point. I mean, yes, those special teams mistakes kind of stink, and yeah, you have a scenario where you give up a couple of touchdowns as this punt gets away.
He got a good one there.
Lamar's had nobody back to return, of course. They don't really need to bother with that at this point. And touching it down is Max Delaney at the 33-yard line. It'll be 1st down and 10 for the Bulldogs right there at the 33 as they get hopefully a drive that just finishes this one off with 3:48 to go in regulation. Again,
Moss.
Go ahead.
Looking at some bodies out there. Asher Moss, Nathan Murrah in at center.
We're getting a lot of great guys.
Yeah, a lot of reps for some guys, which is great to see.
I think we got Jaden Nelson in there as a wide receiver.
Our kicker's back to playing running back. Giovanni Cabongo back there. You can tell by the green shoes.
Oh, I love it. Giovanni Cabongo in at the running back on the right side of Jude Doherty. Let's get him the football. 1st and 10 of the 33.
Oh,
no. Man, it was a run to Cabongo, but a flag is called on the near side. Man, that was a designed run for Cabongo. And that's the nice thing, too, is it's gonna be a false start. That's not the nice thing.
No.
The nice thing I was talking about was, most kickers, you send a scrawny guy out there. He can't really do a whole lot but kick the football. Giovanni Cabongo was an all-conference soccer player. I mean, he is athletic out there. And they're going to give him the football, 1st and 15. Trying to bounce off tackle, but he got swallowed whole back at the 25-yard line. Going to be a loss of 3 for Cabongo. Going to set up 2nd and 18.
Yeah, Giovanni, he'll play basketball too. This fall, and he'll be part of my JV squad. And yeah, he's an athlete for sure. He's put in some time in the weight room and getting ready.
Yeah, he looks a lot bigger than he did last year.
Oh, yeah.
My goodness.
For sure.
Saw him out there on the soccer field a bunch, too, and I was like, man, is this the same scrawny kid that came out to kick a couple of field goals last year? I mean, he looks completely different than that kid last year. It'll be 2nd down and 17 here.
We're going to run this down and call a timeout, or are we going to?
No,
nope. He's giving him the go when he's supposed to snap it. We're going to use as much clock as we can. Here goes Giovanni.
Yeah, Kabongo up the middle. And he's got positive yardage this time to the 29-yard line, excuse me. Gain of 4, and it'll be 3rd and 15.
Cy Bixman also has entered the game.
Max Delaney on the
sophomore. So they pretty much emptied the sideline.
I think so, yeah. I'm running out of people on the roster.
Levi Schnetzer,
yep,
I see him out there.
I was just about to call his name. What do we got? Bowen Reichen is out here on the left side. Yes, there's Cy Bixman.
Cy.
Yeah, man. I mean, this roster is going to be depleted here this week, which is okay. Everybody's going to get a game participated in, and yeah, they are just ticking the play clock down. They don't want to run any more plays than they have to at this point, especially with 3rd and 14 upcoming. Here's Doherty, fakes the give, runs the option, keeps it right sideline 30. And he does go out of bounds at the 34. That will stop the clock. It's a 5-yard gain, going to bring up 4th and 9 with 2:05 to go in regulation. Well, hey, however you can get to 2-0, you're going to take it. It was a great win against a ranked team last week. It's an even better win here against a historically good program in Bishop Heelan this week. And the Bulldogs up 28-0 with 2:05 to go in regulation. We'll have to kick this one away once again.
Looking for a punter.
Yeah, but they need a kicker first of all.
Tegan's looking around thinking, I don't want to punt this thing. Now both Fafitas are running out there.
Here's Sione.
end of the game stuff when you've got subs.
And the play clock has gone down. And this will be a delay of game. Yeah, I wouldn't call a timeout if I'm Ken either. No.
You just got to make sure everybody's aware and everybody's on the right page. This is like we talked about 7 minutes ago. It happens so often when you get young guys out there and you're in and out. And I think they just broke the huddle with 12, but they're going to let that one fly.
Thank goodness. I appreciate our referees. I know they want to get every call right, but sometimes it's okay to let them go.
Here's a punt.
Good punt from Fafita. Coming up to fair catch it. The ball gets muffed. It's out on the field at the 45-yard line. I think the Crusaders dove on it again. And Bishop Heelan's going to get the football. 45-yard line, minute 54 to go in regulation. Well, that's going to be something that Coach...
don't want to see that.
Oh, and yeah, Raiden Neal's down. Crusaders almost had a teachable moment. They will have a teachable moment anyway, but a teachable moment with a consequence. I guess Raiden Neal down is, of course, an awful consequence of this. But hope it's, they are stretching the legs, so I'm hoping that's just a cramp out there. We've seen a lot of that tonight, and that's expected. Even if you tell guys to hydrate, you'll still get a couple of guys that cramp. So, they're stretching out that leg, and we hope it's nothing more than that. And this broadcast of Bulldog Football on KLEM, made possible by great sponsors like Campbell's Lawn and Landscaping, Arnold Motor Supply, Colbeck Hay and Grinding, as well as Hummer's Lawn Care, MRK Insurance, Wicked Graphics, Exit Realty Midwest, Timmons Construction, Iowa Abstract, and Title Company. We had an inadvertent whistle during the – I didn't hear it.
Wait, what? They're going to make us repunt that?
They are going to make them repunt that, yeah. The inadvertent whistle, by rule, means they have to replay the down, I guess. I've not seen that very often, and I didn't really hear the inadvertent whistle either. So I can't even tell where it came from or where they might have whistled. So, man, that looks even worse if you're Bishop Heelan. You get a guy injured on a play that doesn't even count, especially late in a 4-possession ball game.
Oh, man.
Man, that's a
You got to go
killer.
spot everything.
Yeah, you got to spot it back.
It wasn't 4th and there. So the chains weren't those aren't right.
No, the chains are not right. I had it at the 29-yard line.
They're not yeah, what a mess.
Well, yeah.
They're just saying Lamar's isn't going to go for it because if they do, it's 4th and 30. You got to move those.
Oh, man. And they almost started the play with the players still on the field. They're trying to get Raiden Neal off under his own power. I mean,
glad to see him up and walking. I was kind of nervous there for a moment as he was doubled over.
I mean, I said that kind of down in the dumps. I mean, it is good to see him walk off the field, but man, these it's just the kind of scenario we're in right now. And Sione Fafita has to re-kick.
Man.
We had movement, and they're going to let it go. Thank you very much.
A nice punt.
A great punt.
Oh, he
fumbled
fumbled
at
it
the 34-yard line.
Oh, yeah.
And a big hit comes in. Keegan Kaiser nails the punt returner for the Crusaders and Andrew Uhl. And they'll get it 1st and 10 at the 36. I think that ended up being better for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, I don't know how, but it did. That was good.
Well, he'll take that one. It'll be 1st down and 10 for Bishop Heelan from their own 36-yard line. So, yeah, the Crusaders run this one out, and I guess they're still trying to get some points on the board here with a minute 42 to play. But, yeah, you give them some tries. You get some new
Now Giovanni's on defense.
Oh,
a
is
bunch
he?
of new
Yes.
guys out there.
He's a corner on that right side. Carson Fitch under center, single back, 2 receivers either side, another movement, but hey, we'll let it go. I'm okay with that. That would have been a false start on the Crusaders. They would have jumped off sides of the punt. Don't call it. We don't need it. 2 yards on the carry, 2nd and 8.
This will be the first time, and from my crack research that I looked at this week, that I think we've beaten Heelan and Sergeant Bluff in the same season, and as far back as I could go look.
Yeah, I mean, I did some looking down Varsity Bound as well, and this will be 4 wins in a row for the Bulldogs against the Crusaders. Before that, it was nothing for a long time.
Yep.
And here's a sweep around the right side. Crusaders get Ethan Lampson involved across the midfield to the 49. That'll be 12 and a 1st down for Bishop Heelan. And the last time the Bulldogs beat Sergeant Bluff Luton was 2013. They didn't beat Bishop Heelan that same year. I mean, the Crusaders, they didn't get beat at all in 2013.
No, they were next level there.
Fantastic. So, yeah, I don't know if there has been a year in which the Bulldogs beat Bishop Heelan and Sergeant Bluff Luton in the same season. Here's a give.
Tackle
left
Giovanni.
side. Giovanni Cabango gets a solo tackle at the 44-yard line. Gain of 5 on Luke Fisher. He's 2nd down and 5, 40 seconds to go in regulation.
Yeah, I've been a part of Bulldog football and around it for a long time. I had myself and my brothers played. My brother Zach played, and so, yeah, I don't remember that. I had a couple brothers play, and we had some good years, but there was a long time we didn't play Heelan because they were always playing for
Sergeant Bluff Luton because they were smaller.
Yes.
I mean, I'd beg to wonder if this is the first year that it's happened. A tackle for loss in the backfield is going to finish up this ball game. Jaden Nelson on the stop. Lost to the 48, and that's going to be your ball game. Bulldogs start the year 2-0, and they have a shutout of Bishop Heelan here in Sioux City. Our final score, Lamar's Community 28, Bishop Heelan nothing. Bulldogs with a strong defensive performance, great offense in the second half, and the Bulldogs are walking away with a 2-0 record. We'll take a break, come back with our post-game coverage back after this. From the Memorial Field in Sioux City, you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
Campbell's Lawn and Landscape is a proud supporter of local athletics. Hard work and determination is what leads to success, and just like the team, Campbell's Lawn and Landscapes believes the same with their business. Give them a call today at 540-5434.
Success is born of skill and team. Like the teams playing, CNOS has combined award-winning skill and teamwork into the premier medical facility in the region. For the areas of joint, bone, muscle, nerve, and brain are treated with the skills of comprehensive care from a team of highly trained experts. And CNOS takes care of many of the student athletes in Siouxland. CNOS is proud to bring you this game. Go to cnos.net to learn more.
Connected Electric South is your electrical headquarters for residential, commercial, and agriculture. Call for a free quote today at 546-5062. Call Connected Electric South for all your electrical needs. 546-5062.
Peace Pizza House is your destination before and after the game. Whether you need to feed the whole family or just looking to get out before the game, make sure to stop at Peace Pizza House. You'll find many appetizers, burgers, salads, pasta, and of course, Peace Pizza House outstanding pizza selections. Your entire family is sure to find something they're looking for. Peace Pizza House would like to wish our local teams the best of luck this season.
Klein Insulation can provide you with a complete insulation system for your attic, crawl spaces, and foundation walls. Call Kyle with Klein Insulation at 540-5691. That's 540-5691.
Colbeck Incorporated is proud to support local high school athletics. They encourage you to play hard and play smart and always show good sportsmanship. Best of luck from your friends, Brian, Kevin, and Wayne Colbeck.
Get a special loan rate from Northwest Bank. Take a vacation, buy a car, or consolidate debt. Use the equity in your home for what you want. Northwest Bank's home equity line of credit special of 4.99% annual percentage rate fixed for 18 months. Then variable rate thereafter. Currently 5% APR. This offer is available for a limited time to qualified borrowers. Stop in or call 800-678-4105 for details about credit costs and terms. Apply online at nw.bank. Equal housing lender. Member FDIC.
Commitment you can bank on.
This is Sione Fafita, and you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
And we welcome you back one final time here to Memorial Field in Sioux City alongside Gabe Davis. I'm Daniel Versteg. Our final score tonight is Lamar's 28, Bishop Heelan nothing. The Bulldogs start the year 2-0. Boy, when was the last time, regardless of Bishop Heelan and SBL being the winners, when was the last time Lamar started 2-0? I feel like that's been a while as well.
It's been a while, yeah.
We're going to have to go back and check on that one, but the Bulldogs are 2-0 to start 2022. Let's break it down and see how this one happened. First of all, a total offense, Lamar's with 348 yards of offense and an absolutely fantastic balance. 180 passing, 165 running, and Lamar's just doing everything right offensively. Bishop Heelan, 134 yards of offense, 55 through the air, 79 on the ground. One turnover for each. They came on fumbles. We won't look at the penalty yards. We'll just have we'll have Coach Vigdahl talk about that tomorrow morning. Hopefully not get into any trouble. Let's see here. It is Connor Jalis, 7 carries, 78 yards on the ground, a rushing touchdown. Elijah Doherty, 13 carries, 36 yards, a rushing touchdown. Tegan Kazel, 9 carries, 36 yards, a rushing touchdown. You're going to get Bo Wadley. He had only 2 positive yards, but he had a rushing touchdown in there. And then also go to the receiving side of things. Sione Fafita, 6 catches, 123 yards, and a touchdown. It's not very often, Gabe, you get 4 different guys score the football, and that's what I was talking about earlier. You got so many guys that can be involved. Bulldogs definitely showed that here tonight.
Yeah, and I think Elijah didn't have the night he wanted to, but like I said earlier, he gets the assist because the reason that some of those reverses and some of those actions were open was because of Elijah getting that attention from the defensive line, the linebackers, and all that stuff.
Getting some assist here on Twitter. From Ethan Price, 2006, Lamar's beat Heelan 31-7 and Sergeant Bluff Luton 42-0. Of course, they went 11-1 and beat Harlan that year, making it to the Dome in 2006.
I can't believe I forgot that. I couldn't remember if we were playing if we played Sergeant Bluff then, but yeah, that's the game we were talking about earlier.
Yeah,
with
we were talking about that. Yeah, so 16 years last time Bulldogs beat Heelan and Lamar's in the same season. Shout out to Ethan Price on Twitter for helping us with that. He's a very big Bulldog fan that keeps us up to date on things. Some other numbers here. Tegan Kazel, 12 of 23, 183 yards through the air and a touchdown. Much better passing the football here tonight than he was last night. You got 5 tackles for Elijah Doherty, 2.5 tackles for loss for Carson Ott. He now has 12 tackles, 6.5 for loss to start the season. A great way to start the year. Bishop Heelan, not too many bright spots here on the offensive side for the Crusaders. You had 44 yards in there from, I think it was Cannon Bork, and then passing the football, only 55 yards through the air for the Crusaders. So a tough night for Bishop Heelan, but hey, Bulldogs are winners by a final score of 28-0. And now, Gabe, I guess the question becomes, how do you keep the momentum going? You got East next week. MOC Floyd Valley's looking good. And then the district schedule's not going to be any easier. Bulldogs really want to keep this going. I mean, what do you think they want to do, or what do they got to do to keep it going?
Well, I think, the coaches, they'll get back together and they'll watch the film, and the first thing they're going to emphasize, and you kind of hit on it a little bit, was the self-inflicted wounds of the penalties. You just can't have it. So that'll be something that they can go on. It was far from a perfect night.
No.
I mean, it feels good. Last week felt good, but this is where you wanted to be and expected to be. 2-0, where you wanted to be, and Sioux City East is going to come in. They're going to spread you out, and they're going to throw all over the place. It'll be a great test for the defense, and they haven't given up much either. I know they were close tonight with North, but North hadn't scored. 14-0.5, I think we saw earlier. So we'll see. They're gonna be a bigger team, probably a little bit more athletic than the couple teams that they've seen. So it'll be a good test, and yes, you've done everything and you should feel good as Lamar's Bulldog football team, but you haven't accomplished anything in week 3 yet. So week 1 and 2 were great. Now it's time to get ready for week 3 on a short week, coming back on a Thursday, which we haven't done much in the history of the Bulldogs. So we'll get ready to do that. We'll come back down here to Sioux City and travel over there and hopefully give them a run for their money and see what we can do. It'll be a great test.
I like the sound of that. Yeah, I like Lamar's chances, man. I know East is tough. They kicked Heelan around, but yeah, it should be a fun game. We'll have the call of that next week. And speaking of watching film, we do want to remind people, tune in to the KLEM Radio YouTube channel tomorrow. We're going to have this game rebroadcast for you as if it were still going. Kickoff's going to be about noon at that point. You can watch our entire pregame as well, starting at 11:30 tomorrow morning. And then, enjoy that alongside your college football games. What do you think? Iowa, South Dakota State, 11 o'clock tomorrow?
Well, yeah, I'm a Hawkeye through and through.
Yeah,
so
it's a little jaded.
I know where I'm going with it, but that Iowa defense is going to be tough for any team.
Yes.
But especially a new play caller and a new quarterback up there at SDSU. So we'll see what happens, but I'm gonna take my Hawkeyes.
Well, yeah, it's going to be a close one. I'm interested to see how it goes. We were able to last tonight. Tomorrow night, it's probably going to be a little different between you and I. The Morningside alum and the Northwestern football coach. Yeah, that's not going to go over well tomorrow night. But
it'll be a great one.
It's going to be a great game. Yeah.
And if you happen to come out, former Bulldog coach Dirk Bach, there's a little something going on for him as he battles some things. If you happen to come down, you have nothing to do. Iowa and Iowa State, I think, are done.
They will be done at that point.
They will be done. So it's a great Northwest Iowa, bunch of Northwest Iowa kids, and it's going to be 2 great teams, 2 great traditions. And I mean, obviously, I'm biased and you're biased, and we're on opposite ends of the spectrum when it comes to that. But everybody's there. It should be a great game. Support Dirk and his family as they battle this, and come out and just enjoy. If the night ends like this, as far as the weather, it's going to be perfect. So
it'll be a beautiful night.
Have a good weekend, holiday weekend.
It's going to be a great weekend. We'll talk to you again tomorrow morning with the KLEM Coaches Corner, and then Bulldog football Thursday night, Galen Catholic football Friday night. Unfortunately, we don't have a final score of the Jays, but be sure to check KLEM1410.com tonight. We'll have that up to date for you then. For Gabe Davis, I'm Daniel Versteg. Thanks for tuning in to this edition of Bulldog Football, and we'll talk to you next week when the Bulldogs take on East High with a 2-0 record. Thanks for tuning in, and I've been Daniel Versteg. Have a great evening.
This is 1410 KLEM Lamars and on 96.9 FM.